past your door. I guess you don't live there anymore. It's years since you've been there, and now you've disappeared somewhere. I got a space. You found some better place, and I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you, yeah. Like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you, and I miss you. Like the deserts miss the rain, and I miss you, yeah. Like the deserts miss the rain, deserts miss the rain. Like the deserts miss the rain, like the deserts miss the rain. Like the deserts miss the rain.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. What's happening? Oh, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It was everything I could do to come out here into the studio tonight because I don't feel like we have stuff to talk about. Is there actually stuff to talk about? Tarpy, do we have things to talk about? Matters? Is there anything to talk about? It's cold. Yeah, there's that. I mean,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? You want to talk about Chick-fil-A? Okay. We can talk about a new Twitch streamer I found that I kind of like. Arena compensation. We can talk about that. That'll take 10 seconds. No, we're not going to talk about Lorca. Why would we talk about Lorca?
Who's Lorca?
What? Who's Lorca? You know what I do want to do? I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy this jam from Crush that I probably haven't heard in 15 years. All right, that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, enjoy Jellyhead. Isn't this kind of a jam? I mean, this kind of is a jam. This is hot. I haven't heard this in a long time. Matters, when was the last time you heard about Jellyhead?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been at least a week.
A week? Jeez.
Oh, you know I'm just rocking to the 90s. Dance jam. Like
Yeah.
all day long driving around.
This is great stuff. Silvertap says, I remember this. Mimi wants a Studio B. Listen, I do owe you one. I owe you a Studio B. I thought about making up a Studio B for you guys tomorrow night. But then I was like, do I want to? I don't know, maybe. But then that would be the first ever 2-night Studio B in a row. And then I remember the last time I DJ'd 2 nights in a row was literally probably 20 years ago. I mean,
But
seriously.
you can do like a 24-hour thing.
Oh, there is no chance.
Keep going?
No, there is no 24-hour Studio B. That is impossible. There would be repeats. And then, I mean, I would have to sit. My hip would just break. All right, like that wouldn't work. I would hurt so bad that I wouldn't be able to walk the next day. Like, and not even for the good reasons. Okay, like, yeah.
Wow.
Check says
You
all I
said
hear is
it.
excuses. All I hear is excuses. He says it's not gonna work out. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? What did I just I just clipped my keyboard with my jacket cuff. Sorry, let me clear off a little space here.
Did you break your studio again, DJ?
I did not break it. I just accidentally hit the space bar. At least make the excuses in squirrel voice. We're doing a podcast tonight. I don't have squirrel voice. It's
Not a thing tonight. I hate you, Wilson. I don't like you, Wilson. It doesn't make me happy, Wilson. Good evening, everybody. All right, yeah, we're gonna get ready to do. We're gonna tape a podcast tonight. We're gonna try. We're gonna see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. So you guys get a few minutes. You guys get a few minutes of this. Thanks, Wilson. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I had to change some of the prices of the redeems. There are new redeems here, by the way, including... Hey, by the way, Tarpy, you are an actual moderator here on Twitch, right? Just making sure
Yes,
before...
but
okay. So, there is...
I can't actually add things. I was looking the other day. I can't
Add what?
actually add
What are you trying to
any
add?
of the, like, redeems. You asked me to add a redeem the other day, and I realized I can't do it.
I have no idea how to do that either. However, I did figure out... Hold on.
What?
I did figure out how to allow somebody to be a VIP for a month.
Ooh.
And it's going to involve you, Tarpy. It will have to be you. Okay? So let me see if I can find it.
Give me 2 seconds so I can bring up a mod view.
All right, let me see. Nope, that's not it. Is that it?
Uh-oh.
I'm looking before we start the podcast. Podcast? Podcast? Before we start that, I gotta remember how to do this. I learned how to do it the other night, and now I've completely forgotten all about it.
Cracks.
You hear how stuffy I am?
Is this different than usual?
Yeah, I'm not usually this stuffy. Can I turn this damn thing off? I really hate this. You know I hate this so much. This is the worst.
Where's my other laptop? Alright, what am I looking for?
The moderate. I think I'm getting close. It's a moderation command.
Matters.
Just the tip says
Bad
weird
matters.
flex. What was a weird flex? That I don't like this? I don't like this. Benny Hill
I think
says,
that you were getting close.
Benny Hill says channel point inflation. Yeah, there was a little bit. You guys have hundreds. Listen. So Twitch lets me do. Has it been 2 minutes? Has it been 2 bloody minutes?
Only been 30 seconds.
This song still has 2.5 minutes left. Twitch,
Also, if you keep asking, we're just gonna add more to the timer.
whatever. Shut up. Twitch.
No, not for
Twitch?
squirrel
You know how
boys.
it. What? Why not? Matters.
I'm turning it
We're
off.
inflating things, aren't we?
It's been 2 minutes. Yes, I inflated some of the channel point redeems. Only some of them, though. Some of them are still the same price. Hey, Tibbs, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Tibbs and fellow Tiberians. What's going on?
8 trillion for viewers.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Listen, I probably should stop playing this because the channel is just going to be muted on YouTube and Twitch for the entire show if we just keep doing this. We're going to start a podcast coming up here tonight, here in just a little bit. But I wanted to hang out just for a couple of minutes. Matt Hatter says inflation sucks, even if it's channel points. Here's the thing. I am not going to. You know what? Maybe it is inflation. It probably is. Yeah, it's a Starfleet Academy T-shirt, isn't it? I'm alumni. Isn't that cool, Check? Isn't that cool? Yeah, like it. Anyway, it could be inflation. You could call it inflation. I understand why you would do that. I only changed the price of some of them. But I also have this tool where Twitch shows me the number of channel points that exist within my community.
Oh, dangerous.
Does it show you how many each person has?
Not individually.
Or just in general?
Not individually, but I do have some statistics. Do you want to hear some statistics? All right.
Always.
Let's hear it.
Currently, there are over 7 million toy mice in existence. 7 million. And our average follower, okay, this is the average follower of our channel, contains over 200,000 toy mice. So if I am thinking, oh my gosh, then yeah, some of the prices are going to have to go up a little bit. You guys are literally accumulating toy mice faster than I'm giving you options to spend.
I'm saving up to raid DJs.
Me too. Wait, I already did that. I already did that.
Yeah. Darth Gamer says inflation is just wrong. That's why I never put air in my life rafts. You know, here's the thing. Yeah, the average follower. Now, see, this doesn't seem right. Well, maybe so then. See, Deathblade's got 440,000. So, yeah.
I got 180,000.
Mimi says 7 million total, and the average is only 200,000. I don't know how they're actually, because that does. It seems like it would be
That's
not right.
not possible.
Well, then how? What's the math then?
You only have 14 followers?
No, is it?
Huh?
No, that would be. Is that right?
5 times 7, 35. I think it's 35. Right?
Well, then maybe it's 20,000. Is it 20,000?
You tell us. You're the one with the numbers in front of your face.
Well, hang on. Let me go back. I don't even remember where I found. I can't even find the
Thank you,
VIP
Mark.
thing. I can't find the VIP thing now either. All right.
Because I have 65,000 toy mice, so I'm like,
Rubik
and I haven't
says-
even been here for the whole time.
Rubik says the average is probably set off by a couple of people that have 1 million or more. Yeah, Barkman says maybe it's 20,000 then and not 200,000. That's possible. I might have looked at it wrong. They don't use commas. I'm kidding.
It's 70 million.
Maybe it was 70 million. That's also possible. But we also have more than 100. We have more than 350 followers. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Well, if you
find it.
have more than 350 followers, you could still have the average skewed by people with more than 1 million. And that would make more sense.
Well, then maybe it was. But now I can't even. So
Yeah,
there was a
just messing with
command.
zeros.
Total.
So there's a command, Tarby, that you have that I
Wahaha.
can't find now. It is to give out VIP status. All right. And the way it works, I'm gonna test one here. Let's see. Nope, that's definitely not it. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Okay, I found it. So it's /Tarpy. Look at this. If you type /VIP, it should show up in your moderation panel how you can grant VIP status to a user.
Sweet.
Now,
Okay.
that you'll see that in the toy mice redeems, but it costs 500,000 toy mice. Okay.
Do I get unlimited toy mice?
What do you mean? Do you get unlimited toy mice?
I mean, you said it costs that much. Do I get that many to be able to make it happen?
No, I can make. Okay, I'll just do it then. That's fine. I'm just giving.
Well, I have 65,000. I can't do it.
No, what
Are
I'm
you-
saying is no. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, you
as a
can bestow it.
moderator, you have to grant it. You have to grant
Oh.
it. Yeah. So you do the, and that's exactly it, Pong. What does VIP get you? It gets you a very pretty pink diamond next to your name. That's it. It gets you a very pretty pink diamond. That is it. Yep, that's all it does. So, does anyone have 500,000? Well, I mean,
Probably.
yet.
I'd say only a month for 500,000. Pong, first of all, I don't know anything about this stuff. I created it the other night because someone told me to. Should I make it 50,000? Is the math off? Maybe, you know what? Maybe it was supposed to be 50,000 because the voice changer was only 25,000.
That's a big one right there. That's impressively large.
Here, I'm going to change it. I'm going to drop it down. I might have accidentally typed an extra comma there too. All right, now it's 50,000. Neon says, sounds like a typical Scopely reward. Where do you think I learned from? I've been working with him for 6 years now. All right, you're bound to get a little bit of Scopely math out of me. So
Interrupted.
yeah, that's right. Candy White says, I'd rather have a moist dongle icon. Candy, so
Andy.
no. Listen,
Here we
listen.
go.
No. Listen, Candy, I have an
Here we
official
go.
request. I have a request for you, Candy White. All right. I know that you made the T-shirt, and listen, I'm not sure what we're at on our quota or if we're running behind because I know I've had you make a couple here in January, but I don't know if we used all of our allotment in December, and I'm pretty sure I still owe your December bill, whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it all out to the marketing company, but I have had requests for a shirt pin using Tarpy's Moist Dongle logo.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know if it should be a magnet pin or if it should be like a needle pin. You know what I'm talking about? Like one that goes on a shirt. But I've had people asking for Tarpy's Moist Dongle badges. Yeah, like a button pin.
Oh, my God.
I am not
Really?
kidding. Yes. So crazy enough, it was
What is
brought up.
wrong with people?
I have no idea. It was brought up the other day in chat, and honestly, 3 people have asked for it. So 3 different people said, "Hey, can we get a Tarpy's T-shirt on a magnet?" Is what they were thinking. I don't know if they meant like a magnet, like for your refrigerator, because that would be weird. But I was thinking like a magnet pin, you know, like
Because the rest
flare.
of this is normal compared to not weird
Yeah,
or weird.
no, everything's fine.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's great. You know what? I feel like we actually have just somehow accomplished the first 6 minutes of our podcast. So if that's the case, we'll just do a cold start. And hello, everybody. My name is UltimatDJz. Welcome to Talking Trek, where I have very little to talk about tonight inside Star Trek Fleet Command, other than our amazing and wonderful community. In particular, Tarpy, who's just the source of constant new pieces of merchandise, and Candy White, who takes said pieces of merchandise and profits off of them. Tonight, we will be releasing Tarpy's Moist Dongle on a magnetic badge.
Excuse me. Can I just make an edit to this?
Yeah, please.
It's Tarpy's Moist Nuclear Dongle.
Nuclear. No, the logo.
Get it right.
The logo that we've got on the T-shirt already. All right, so anyway, it's a funny thing.
This is
all right.
going away anytime soon.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing
No,
happening. We've got new toy mice redeems here in the chat. So if anybody redeems some of these, I just changed the price on the VIP one. If you're over in the YouTube chat, what's going on? Shout out. I'm going to be working on sprucing up the YouTube chat and memberships here over the next couple of weeks as well. We're trying just to spruce up all over the place, getting ready for spring cleaning, right? We're going to clean everything up and do all that. By the way, thank you, Tiberius, for the raid. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate that. Papa Smurf, thanks for the 100 kitty bitties. We've got a few things that we can kind of dabble with tonight. Alliance tournaments are up, which you're never going to hear me complain about. All right, I'm fine with it. It's just obviously it's not super engaging for me, and that is because I'm a stinky G6 player, because all I do is acquire G6 materials. It's certainly not as grindy as it is for many of you. So, you know, Is that fair to talk about? Or is that fun to talk about? I like talking about the rewards. The rewards remain amazing. All right. So I like that. I did not press that button. My hands were right here. I did not do that. Watch. All right, it must be cold.
Yeah, don't make that hand gesture.
All right. What? My fingers were clasped together and I just slammed them on the table and a random button pressed. So, Wilson says I'm doing the Proto Matter. Nice. Mimi says I picked up a rare Forbidden Tech today. Nice. All right. Forbidden Tech is good, especially if it's like the 3 big rares, right? So we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So Alliance tournaments remain very, very profitable, very, very rewarding for a lot of people. So that is something that we can play with a little bit tonight. So let's see. Now, Agonor. Okay. Tarpy, let's see here. And by the way, I will apologize to the podcast audience because I'm very disheveled tonight. I don't know if I am. I didn't think we were actually going to tape a podcast, Matters. So we may still not. I am running tape just in case we get something that can be useful in a conversation. But we're just kind of hanging out now. So I am
maybe.
So I am going to take a second. What? Yeah. Well,
My life is better when you don't record things. Just saying.
I can imagine so. But we do have. You know what? That actually reminds me of something else we can talk about tonight. Running tape. Is this the 80s? Yeah, I run tape. What's the big deal? Obviously, I roll tape. All right. Oh, I do remember something that I wanted to do tonight just for fun. Okay. Which we're going to do a little bit later in the show. So again, if you're listening to this in podcast, this is going to be a little bit of a variety show. It's a little bit wacky tonight. I don't know exactly where this train's going to stop. Okay. That being said, Griffin, who is at work today through the weekend, we're not going to see him back until Monday, actually got me set up with a voiceover talent agent. Is that kind of cool, right? Is that kind of cool? But
Was it my air growth app that did it?
But here's the problem, okay? They need more samples. So tonight, a little bit later in the show, I'm going to let you guys send me scripts for 30-second commercials that you're going to have me read. I will, and
Does it have to be commercials or maybe cartoons? I'd love to hear you be like Optimus Prime. Give me a good
I was
Optimus.
gonna say, I want to make you read science things.
You make me okay. So here's the deal: you can make me read whatever you want. Here's what the script has to be. The script has to be. It has to set my tone. All right, and it can be whatever. All right, I don't care what it is that you're going to make me read. All you need to do is to make sure and set the tone. So you have to tell me what kind of read you want, because that's what I have to put in this reel, right? I have to say, okay, this is my upbeat science nerd read, and then I'm going to read something super excited and science nerdy, right? Or I have to read something deep and somber and, reflective and thoughtful, and I'm going to be able to do stuff like that. So you guys, we are going to have a little bit of fun with this later. You guys can play with your chat GPT. If you're going to do that, I'm going to set aside about 5 minutes later in the show to put together a couple of reads for Griffin and the voice agency. So maybe I can actually make, $7 or $8 selling Wheaties commercials. All right, that's what. I should point this out. Griffin is obviously the master at sponsorships. Okay, and by the way, these are legit. He tells me about them, but for some reason, he gets them and not me. So he's obviously working it. He knows how to make this thing happen. I should probably just go with it. I should probably just let him take the lead on this thing. If he thinks he can sell my voice, by golly, I'm going to let him sell my voice. All right. So
I sent you one. It's a good practice one.
Oh no. But yeah. All right. So here is a sample. Okay. Do I have a list of what type of reads, Riskbreaker? No. He did tell me that he wants high, upbeat, energetic. He wants thoughtful and somber. He wants serious. He wants playful. Like, he wants to showcase a variety of my voiceover talents. He wants me to try to do a youthful, which I don't know how to do. He wants me to try to do a young kid.
Chipmunk voice.
No, not chipmunk voice. He told me, he said, listen, people your age can voice characters like Dal in Star Trek
People
Prodigy.
your age.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm 75 years old now. I just had my 75th birthday. So, yeah, he says people your age can voice characters like Dal. All right, look at Lower Decks. Okay, Eugene Cordero, absolute bloody brilliant. All right, but that is not his voice in any way, shape, or form. Who does Rutherford and Lower Decks? Like, I don't even know how he makes his voice do that. That's super talented, right? Like, that's
Right.
great. So he wants me to try to do something like that, and I'm like, that's going to be a miserable failure. But he says I have to. All right, Bubba Joe is wrong. I'm not 80. Okay, I just turned 75. Retrieving says, so wait, all those Ghost energy drinks, those are real sponsorships? You know, I don't know about the Ghost energy drink. I think so. So he started with the Paradise Grills, okay?
Yeah, he definitely got a deal on his pergola.
He started with Paradise Grills, which, by the way, wasn't a paid thing, but he just said he was going to drop some names. But by the way, we all now know who Paradise Grills is, right? It's become a common talking track name. If anybody thinks of a pergola, they think of Paradise Grills. If you're in Florida, there's no other place to buy a pergola. It's Paradise Grills. Okay? So anyway, he's done a very good job at that. I believe that he was also setting up a reel and setting himself and, you know, doing some of this fun stuff. But yeah, I think Ghost Grape Energy is an actual thing. Oh my God. He told me about one that he hasn't done yet. I am not even kidding you when I say he picked up a sponsor for okay, you guys know the motorized toothbrush, the Philips, what's it called? Sonic Care?
Yeah, that's Sonic Care. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he picked up a sponsorship for a company who makes aftermarket toothbrush heads for the Philips Sonic Care. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? He was like, oh, you just wait. One of these streams, by the way, don't tell him I told you this. He said, just one of these days, one of these streams, I'm just going to take a quick break and I'm going to be on camera and you're going to come to me and I'm not going to be able to answer because I'm going to be brushing my teeth. And you're going to be like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just brushing my teeth with this brand new advanced gingivitis fighting toothbrush head from XYZ Toothbrush Company. I was like, what?
What kind of social circles does he go with? I mean,
first of all, the guy's a Hollywood guy. He knows people, okay? And frankly, I'm not paying him for what he does here on this show. I should be, but I'm not. And so I told him I was totally fine. If you want to make some money on this thing, if you want to sell advertising, that's fine. Like, that's fine. If you sell it, good for it. I mean, and it's not like he doesn't spend money on this channel, right? Like, he drops subs. Like, he's putting he's told me before that, like, he gives me my cut, like, through the support of the channel, which is fine. I'm fine with that. It's not about the money. I think it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to me. He told me he's got a sponsorship of freaking toothbrush heads.
Can I interrupt him when he's brushing his teeth and say, oh, that toothbrush of yours, it's missing a few spots? Who makes it?
Yeah, right. And he's going to be like, oh, you know what? I mean, don't ask me how this works. All right. He knows people. He works in that industry. That's actually where he is this weekend. This weekend, he is on site shooting a television and radio commercial for one of his agency clients. All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's what this is. All right. And I think it's hilarious, and I love him to death for it. And if it's bringing him a couple bucks to be involved with the show, I'm super happy about that because he shares it with his crazy, you know, what did he gift the other day? 50 or 60 subs. Like, it's good, right? Silvertep says he's in the commercial or producing it. No, he's a producer. He was a Hollywood filmmaker, if you guys didn't know this. He was a Hollywood filmmaker that was his career. That's why he was in Los Angeles. That's how I met him. I met Griffin for the very first time when I was in Los Angeles, and I had to be at the Scopely offices during the strike. Do you guys remember the big writer strike? Okay, when the Star Trek actors were picketing on the Paramount lot, I couldn't be there with Trader. You guys remember? So he reached out to me randomly and said, "Listen, I'm living in the area. I would be more than happy to help you film this thing." And look what it's turned into. All right. I mean, he's one of my best friends in the world. So, I am thrilled to death that something like this is happening for him. But that's what he did. He was in Hollywood as a filmmaker. Now he's retired. He moved down to Florida. He's retired, but I say semi-retired. He still does production of short films, commercials, little bits. Like he's told me before, he won't take a job if it's more than like a week. So he's going down to shoot a series of commercials this weekend. He'll be gone for 3 days and he'll be back,
So
and it pays
between
crazy.
him and Scribbler, I finally have someone to send my scripts to.
Yes. Obviously, he's got connections. He can get them peddled since he's out here selling toothbrushes. How do we know he's not watching right now? I am relatively sure he's not, just because he is on site. He's on set. He told me that these 3 days he was going to be on set for 12 to 14 hours. He told me that they were shooting like the next 12 months worth of commercials, and this was for a client that runs a ton on television and radio, so like they're just banging them all out. He said we were working about 30 hours over the next 3 to 4 days, and he was like, we're banging out like a year's worth of creative. So that's where he is. All right. So I doubt he's watching. I called him. Oh God, I don't remember if it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I talked to him yesterday, and he was getting on a plane at probably around 5 p.m. Eastern time. He was getting on a plane to fly. I can't remember where he was going, Tarpy. I think it was New York.
He said New York City.
I think he's in New York. He went to New York. So that's where he is. He's going to be there for a couple days and do all that stuff.
Nice and warm.
Oh yeah, super super warm up there. So that's what he's up to. But anyway, so to answer the original question, all right, that's where all this stuff comes from. Like I know it is. That's what he's doing, this crazy guy. There was another one he told me about. It wasn't as funny, but it was very off the wall. He told me he actually wasn't sure he was going to take it. It was, I remember what it was. He said he wasn't going to take it because he didn't know how to pitch it on stream to make it funny. Because I think that's what he's trying to do. Right, Jeff? Big love for Griffin. He's hilarious. I think that's what he's trying to do, is just find the sponsorships that are weird enough for him to make a bit out of it. There was one company that sent him, he said, I don't know how to make this funny. They sent him a sponsorship product trade for a 7-day pill box. So it's like, you know what I'm talking about? The 7 days with the AM and the PM where you can put your med.
The new
Isn't
ones,
that the demographic that he's aiming? Like you're 75.
I know, right? He said, that's exactly what he said. He said, I don't know how to make this funny. He was like, because what can I do with a pill bottle? Like a pill box, but that was one of the ones he said he got.
You don't have to do nothing. You just bring that out. That's its own funny.
Yeah. So I don't know. But he did get one of those. I'm not sure how he's going to work that in. But he also told me, he said, listen, as long as it's okay
Put a
with you.
track label on it, man. You'll sell lots of those.
I know. He told me, he's like, as long as you're okay with it, I'm not going to tell you in advance. He was like, I just want it to be a bit, and I want to get your reaction to it. And he's like, that's what makes it funny.
Can the pill bottle thing also tell me what daily events are?
Wait, you want to use the pill box just to reveal the day's events? I got it.
Helpful.
So I don't know. Okay, we will see. We'll see how it works. But he did tell me, and I agreed. He says, I don't want to tell you when I get one. I just want to do it, and I just want it to be a thing, which is going to be hilarious. I'm gonna end up having the same reaction as all of you guys, is what's gonna end up happening. All right. Yeah, pardon me while I take my vitamins. So Star Trek says, how about the commercials you make? I love those on Twitch. What commercials? What I haven't made any in a very long time. You talking about the ones that I used?
Paid, right?
Which ones? The ones that I used to make, like for the podcast? The fake commercials?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh gosh, I
He's
haven't.
got to be talking about stupid news.
So I haven't made those in a very, very long time, and even then, I bought a lot of those from a prep company that I used to use when I was in morning radio, and I mean that was really expensive, and I mean, we're not using them anymore. Crazy enough, I still have the membership. As a matter of fact, you know what could be fun tonight if you just wanted to be a little bit silly about it? I could actually pull up a couple of those from the service and just play a couple if you
Read
want to have a
those?
little bit of fun. Yeah. No, I'm not going to read them. I'll play them because they're
Oh.
already produced. The ones that I've got in here are already
Yeah.
produced.
That's true.
That
You
could
should also
that could be fun.
do the thing when you were talking about like donate money to Scopely for Hammy's hamster wheel from a few weeks ago.
Yeah, if somebody
Like
could
that
find
was
that,
actually really well done.
thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. If somebody could find that and clip it, we'll do that. Like here's one. All right. Now, by the way, I haven't heard this. Okay. I haven't heard this. So do you want to hear this one?
No, you don't, Thunder.
All right, I'll play this one. Here you go. This is a sample one celebrating or joking about the shutting down of TikTok. Here you go.
Sure, TikTok may or may not be going away. Either way, you're ticked off. See what I did there? But don't worry, we've created a new time waster just for you. Clip Clop, the new app with all your favorite horse videos.
Oh, yeah.
Not those kind of videos, you sicko. Download Clip Clop today and view hundreds of America's funniest equine moments.
Hey there, partner. Did you see the way those horses just fell over each other? What a hoot!
If there's anything Americans know how to do, it's waste time. So why not waste it with horses on the all-new Clip Clop app? Take that, TikTok.
There you go. See.
Oh yeah.
See, so I haven't made any of those for a while. They do send over a couple, but I used to actually produce for this company, so I made several of these as well, but I haven't done those in months. I haven't done those in months. And it doesn't give me a script. So like because this is just TJ says make it a channel redeem. Oh my god, I should turn these spots into but it should be for bits. Can't do it for toy mice. It'd have to be for bits. All right. Yeah, you'd have to pay for those. So there's a couple of those that I've got in here. Those are always funny.
Yeah.
Carissa
Pick one
says
to
it's
make
so
free,
long.
and then the rest for bits.
Yeah,
Pick one to make free, then the rest for bits.
Yeah. Well, no, they're so long. Like this one is 60 seconds, and then there was always songs. I could give this song is 90 seconds. All right. There was always a song or two that would come out. This one is a minute and a half. And the description is Donald Trump celebrates his inauguration. Now, see, that sounds great.
Uh-oh.
But that is going to cost a lot of bits. All right. So you know what? Maybe you're right, Wolfwood. Maybe we should just say, hey, all right, during the show, I've got this. This sounds great. All right. We'll set the goal at, I don't know, say 5,000 bits, and I'll play the spot. Right? I mean, that's how advertising works anyway, right? Yeah, you pay for the airtime. All right. Give us a taste. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. We get to 5,000 bits, I'll play it. Okay? There's a few in here. This one description says these two new dance partners are really something special. All right, so I don't know what that is. Oh no. Oh no. This one says the extreme cold has been a real nightmare for men everywhere. Well, what do you think that is? All right, that's going to be hilarious too. That one's 40 seconds. All right. So
that's it.
Game Junior says, wait, so we subscribe to Twitch to avoid the commercials. Yeah, but these aren't real commercials. It's not like Verizon trying to sell you a cell phone. Okay? These are comedy bits. They're funny. So, yeah. They're bad commercials. Riskbreaker says, listen to them and write them down. That takes time. It takes time. All right, listen. So we do have a few things to get into tonight. By the way, hello to the YouTube audience tonight. There's almost 50 of you over there. So what's going on? Hey, Mark, how are you? How about more from Billy from accounting, the Ferengi version from the cruise video? That was genius. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, a lot of people have asked whether or not Billy from accounting is going to be appearing on this year's cruise. I have not decided yet because A, that was expensive. B, that was extremely uncomfortable. So I'm not sure. I am not sure if Billy will be on this year's cruise or not. I'll probably break down and do it, Mark. But man,
Maybe his cousin will show up. You never know.
You're really quiet. Maybe his cousin will show up. Yeah, that's right. We'll get Spectre to do it. All right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how drunk do we need to get you to do Billy from accounting?
Oh, probably not very drunk at all. Okay. Like again, it's a thing. All right. As a matter of fact, listen.
Sip of root beer.
Yeah.
Will you do it if you get two Dabo girls beside you constantly giving you umox?
Yes. Yes. What kind of a question is that, Carmack? Carmack? Karkin? Yeah, obviously. Okay.
He's
obviously
so in he can't talk. He's like flustered.
Yeah, obviously that's going to work.
Umox, yeah.
So, anyways, silliness ensues.
I would like to see Bonnie from HR.
Bonnie.
Not Billy from...
Oh, my God.
I think they're talking about you, Tarpy.
What? Oh, yeah. How am I the one from HR?
I think it's hilarious, actually. It's very fitting. How ironic is that? Rubik says, is DJ having a stroke? A lot of mixed up words tonight. Yeah, well, my head's not in the game tonight. That's why I really have no direction tonight. We are going to do a little bit of Star Trek stuff. I promise. I'm trying to get there.
The truth is, he's still out of resources. Let's be clear. He's still out of resources.
I steal your resources?
No,
You're still out of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yeah, I don't have very many. Like this weekend, I'm not going to be able to do my event. So that's not going to work. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it this weekend. Madrock says, forget STFC, let's play some Fortnite. No. Thursday's STFC night. I'm really trying to stick to a schedule. I have been told by everybody that sticking to the schedule is crucial for the success of a good streamer. So that's what I'm trying to do. Raid DJs. No, raiding is terrible. STFC is nice, but so is just chatting. I get it. I know. Nicole says, keep me from the rails. I would be 3 sheets to the wind. I know. Same. White Wolf, thank you for the 33-month tier 1 sub. Dude, 33 months. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, yes, Madrock. Sorry, that's what I was actually coming back for. So how do you get the pink diamond? So you can't do it, right, Tarpy? Is that what you're saying? You can't do it.
So I think it's a permissions thing that you need to give us, but I don't.
All right. Well,
it says moderators should be able to, but I don't know if that's a setting you have to change.
All right, I'm going to try to figure this out. So Aganor got one.
Well, they redeemed, so there were 2 people who redeemed the 50,000 bits for that.
Okay, there's Aganor.
So it's and then Madrox did too.
Madrox 76. I got to be very specific, don't I? There you go, Madrox. Okay, you guys got it. Chris, son of Mac, thank you for the hydrate. I'll take a sip. I'm drinking Coke Zero. By the way, I'm down 17.8 pounds with Weight Watchers. You know what? They really should be endorsing me. Hey, Spectre, why don't you get me a deal with Weight Watchers?
We could look into it.
After you get yourself a better mic and turn up your volume. Yeah, no, that's right. I am sticking to it. Listen, I hope, how many of you guys want to do it with me? I'll join a group and I'll share progress. I'm down 17.8 pounds on Weight Watchers.
That's awesome.
Since January the 4th. January the 4th. You know, listen, I don't want to spend a bunch.
Have you been drinking water?
Yes, I'm drinking a lot of water. And so I probably shouldn't spend any serious amount of time talking about the program, but it's changed a lot. I'm I'm liking it a lot. There's a lot of free foods on there. There's a lot of free foods. Now, J-Babes, you know what? Here's the deal. First of all, I had a lot of weight to lose. All right, I don't mind to tell you. You guys know I'm a chunky fella. When I started my program, and this is almost embarrassing, but I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my entire life. When I weighed in on January 4th, I was 356.6 pounds. 356 pounds, which is
All muscle, though.
obviously, yes. But that was the heaviest I had ever been. I weighed in this morning at 339.2 pounds. That's since January the 4th.
Wow, great job.
Nicely
Thank
done.
you. Appreciate that.
Good job, man.
So, but I've done it. I've literally done it with Weight Watchers, which you're right, Daverick, is all about portion control. All right. And limiting your fats and your sugars. Right. And again, I'm not going to talk a bunch about it. If they want to pay me to do it, I'd be happy to, because I'm having good success with it right now. But there's a lot of free foods. Like tonight, you know what I ate for dinner tonight, which was 0 points? I ate tofu. I air fried some tofu and a little bit of soy sauce, and that was 0 points. Nura says it comes off quick at the start. You'll plateau in a couple of weeks. Obviously, I know I will eventually plateau, but there's a lot on me to come off. And I can already tell that I am absolutely eating differently. Okay. So even if like it comes off fast at the front, which is true. All right. I'm eating differently. All right. For example, I am eating a turkey sandwich for lunch, no cheese. All right. And instead of white bread, I'm eating wheat bread. Because it's half the value. It's like half the points. And instead of regular mayonnaise, I'm using light mayonnaise. Just stupid little things, right? Stupid little things. But those things add up, you know? Now, I don't expect to lose a pound a day in a month or two, all right? I expect that they tell me that right up front it's going to be crazy. But honestly, based on my weight and based on my plan, which I did choose somewhat aggressively, that after 12 months, I should be down 70 pounds, according to my points plan, right? I do my points plan. I keep up with my steps. I got my watch. I got my new, you know what? This is something I'm going to be very excited about talking to you guys about. I have downloaded a new game. Shout out Spock Monkey. I have downloaded a game called Cardio Quest. Okay? I'm going to invite you guys to, if you guys are serious about getting into the weight
You have
loss
a code?
thing. Not yet, but they're actually, listen, the developer of this game reached out to us, and I just haven't gotten like fully into it yet because I had to start an exercise routine. But the way this works, look there, I have 78,000 steps. Did you see that? So this game gives me progress based on how I work out. How cool is that? Like, how ridiculous is that? This game is based on like how I work out. It's called Cardio Quest, and it links up to your Fitbit or your Apple Watch or something like that. It's a very, very cool little thing, and I've been playing with it a little bit. I get to have characters and you know, buy weapons and go slay beasts and dragons and things like that. And it gives me progress in the game based on points. So that's cool. So I've been checking that out, and Spock Monkey has recommended that to me. I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about that in a little while. Patron St. Nick says, why don't you get Zepbound? Which one is that? Is that a semaglutide?
Yeah. That's just another option of semaglutide.
So with Weight Watchers Clinic, I am on a semaglutide. It's a compounded semaglutide. So that's helping me as well, Patron St. Nick. But again, the amount of portion control that I have watched myself be able to pull off here up front, I know is because of the semaglutide, but B also proves that like it's sustainable for me. So last night, Oliver put me to the test. Oliver put me to the test yesterday. He wanted to go to McDonald's after his basketball game. You know what I got?
9-year-old plus McDonald's, yeah.
Bad news bears, right? He wanted to go. He wanted to go to McDonald's after his basketball game. I got a medium fry. That's all I got. It was worth 11 points.
Well, that's a vegetable. It should be good.
It was 11 points, but I really wanted some fries. No, that's just it, Risk Breaker. That doesn't make me a cheater because I'm allowed to consume 52 points a day. I can do 50. I know, Seth. He says no fries. It just was more points. It was heavier points. So, but I ate 11 points worth of French fries. And I'm okay with that because I was still under. That's right, Rage, as long as you count the points.
How many points is the ketchup?
Ketchup is 1 point for every 2 tablespoons. So even it counts. Why? Because there's sugar in it. All right. So, yeah, we do have the snack wraps. But you know what, Spectre? The snack wraps have breaded chicken and a tortilla shell. The tortilla shells are bad. As Seth points out, carbs are the devil. I'm not on a no-carb thing, but Weight Watchers doesn't like a lot of carbs. Because why? The carbs turn into sugar. So they don't like a lot of carbs. All right? They'll let me eat them, but they're weighted a lot heavier in points. So what is free? Chicken, lean beef. Dude, 93% lean beef, like ground beef. I could make a burger and it'd be free. I could make a free burger. All right? No bun. But if I wanted to eat a whole wheat bun, that would only be 2 points. So I could eat a delicious burger with all the stuff that I want on it for like 4 or 5 points. I just got to make it right. And that's the thing. I can eat a burger the way I want for 5 points, or I could eat a McDonald's burger for 28 points. It's all about decisions, choices, and just being aware of what you're putting into your body. All right? Fats and sugars. That's how I do it. Don Zeno
Could
says,
you do this as like a voluntary role on your Discord? Kind of like the cruise or the Nashville thing?
Yeah, sure. We'll hold each other accountable. That'd be fine. I'm fine with that. Juby says steak is the cure to obesity. Steak every day. You know, so depends on the kind of steak. But if it's trimmed really lean, yeah, steak is free on the Weight Watchers program. Let me look here. There's a ton of free foods. Here, I'm going to show you. They call them 0 point foods. 0 point foods. Okay. And for those of you in the podcast, I'll read some of these. I'll show you guys here on the screen. This is all the free stuff. Fish, any of the fish. Look at all this fish. Fish and shellfish, abalone, king crab, tuna, bluefish. Can you guys actually see that? It's kind of blurry on camera. Sorry.
Harpy knows about fish.
And blurry.
Oh,
Look, there you go. Who said that? That's ridiculous. Excuse yourself. That was inappropriate. Carp, catfish, clams, cod. Look, all this stuff, this is all. Why is that not scrolling? That's all free. Okay? Lobster, herring, halibut, haddock, grouper, flounder, mussels. Love mussels. Pike, perch, pollock, pompano, salmon, sardines, tuna, squid. All right, all this stuff is free. I can eat as much of it as I want. Corn, popcorn, eggs, fruits, lean meats. Cube steak, as long as it's trimmed well. Ground beef, all the way down to 90% lean. So I eat 93, but you could do 90-10, and it would still be free. Chickens and turkeys, tofu, vegetables, including potatoes, Moopsy. I'm actually already prepping my lunch for tomorrow. I am doing a low-fat sour cream and some steamed broccoli inside a humongous baked potato that's in my crock pot tonight. The potato's free. The broccoli's free. The only thing I'm going to pay for tomorrow is going to be the sour cream. I'll probably have 2 or 3 points in sour cream.
Could you do
and
Greek
that's good
yogurt
for a lunch.
instead of sour cream?
I don't know if I
Because a
like.
lot of people swap out Greek yogurt for sour cream.
I don't know if I would like that, but I'll try it because guess what? Greek yogurt is free. 0 points. We've lost listeners on this stream. Sorry, I'm boring you. We've lost like 40 people since I started talking about food and dieting. Sorry.
Just watch the portions. Just watch the portions. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I have an actual question on the diet part, but I can ask you in DMs later.
No, I mean, you can ask. We're in it. We're in it. I'll
Does it
send you the
do,
bill, Weight Watchers. Just give me a couple months for free. Send me my semaglutide for free, and we'll call it square. Yeah. Daverick says, I've been making a salsa verde chicken in my crock pot. I've got that recipe. Guess what? That's a free recipe. Well, no, you got the cheese. So if you're just doing salsa verde and chicken and cilantro, then that's a free meal. But if you add the cheese, then you add points for that. So cheese, and again, it's fatty, right? So cheese is worth a lot of points, Seth. A lot of points. First Squad says, downloaded Cardio Quest. Oh, I haven't given you a code yet. But that's all right. I want you to enjoy it. Check it out. Try it. It's still in early. I don't know if it's like public or if it's in beta. I think it's actually public now.
I mean, I could just download it just now.
Well, don't. Wait till I get a code and I get a download.
And I didn't sign into it. I downloaded it. I'm allowed to download
Downloads are the ones that count. John, listen.
How else am I supposed to download it except through the App Store?
Don't down. Well, wait until I get you a link and download. Anyway, so anyway, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, upload it so you can download it again later, says Ryan. Brilliant. Anyway, I don't need to continue talking about that. I did hand out Madrox and Agonor, your VIPs. You guys got them? You good there? Funky Officer Picard wants me to change my screen name to Funny Geeky DJ. All right, I can do that. I'll be happy to do that. Seth, I will message you after the show. I see you. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I'll message you after the show. So, anywho, what else did we have to do tonight? You guys want to keep talking about? Look, you guys want to talk about fitness. Look at you guys. I'm proud of you.
Well, you could say 0 points is like everyone's arena scores this past Monday.
What's yeah, the idea is to get as few amount of points as possible. Arena chest, where is it? I don't know. It was supposed to come today. I know that they're working on it, but they were also working on something else as well. So, Riskbreaker says it's fun just to chill here too. Yeah, but it's going to make for a terrible podcast. What?
I missed Tuesday. What new like updates and fixes and new additions to the game did you guys go over?
We actually talked about all of it. The artifact looks okay. Like it's fine. I think
Agreed.
I was a little bit more in favor of it than Griffin was. Jonathan Anger. A lot of your big players are not going to like it because it doesn't do anything for them. I think it's going to be more.
I'll let you know how it is when I win it.
I think it'll be more influential for younger players. But again, it's a paid thing, so who's actually going to be able to get their hands on it.
It's a solo leaderboard win thing, not a pay thing.
Well,
it's not really, dude.
Regional leaderboard.
Yeah, it's a
thing.
regional
That's
leaderboard
5
win
people
thing.
in the world.
Yeah, it's a regional leaderboard win thing, and you're going to have to buy directives. So there's that. So yeah, that's not something we did talk about. That Tarpy actually made that point that there's events that you can grind it out, and I'm like, that's not a grinder's thing. It's not. You have to buy directives to do that.
No, it's a spender.
So there's that. The new bonus tokens in the refinery that you get as a result of the DTI. Now that is good.
That's cool.
That is how it should. Cool. That's how it should have launched. Though matters. What makes me mad about that is the fact that it is good now. Why wasn't it that way? Which, by the way, drives me to. And Griffin argued with me about this. He thinks that it was too complicated for it to have been developed in the last 10 days. I argue with that. I think that was reactionary. And I don't want to say the word desperate, but they needed to buff the building to make it worth investing in. So they developed the bonus refinery and those bonus converter tokens. I don't think that's too complicated for them to have written that out pretty daggone quick. But I think they saw that the DTI building offered no value to anybody when it came to the materials refinery because they made them too small. They gave ridiculous cooldowns and ridiculous taxes. So I think most people checked out on that.
The uncommon trade for I didn't go through everything. I noticed that if you're trading an uncommon for a different uncommon, it's much bigger than the one that was there before. But if you're trading a rare for another rare, it's the same.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I think it was.
It's like, no, it's not. It's about 20 times larger. It's 200.
For a single pull, it was the same.
No, again, it's not. It was a single pull for G6 matters was 15 rare to 15 rare with a 2-day cooldown if you use the regular one. It's 200 rare.
200.
Yeah. So that's over. That's 15x. Okay. And
I think I probably clicked the same folder twice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that happened.
That's probably what happened.
That happened to a couple of people out in the chat. They were like, "That doesn't look that good." We had to point them in the right direction. Now that being said,
I still think it was good. I didn't mind how it came out, but
but it also has no.
Is it going to get
cooldown.
better?
Well, I don't know.
Is the regular one just seems so pointless?
Yeah.
Now,
agreed.
Like that's really unfortunate. So it's like if they brought this out to make the hold on matters. I wasn't done.
Yeah, matters. You're interrupting everybody, even me. I'm going to mute you. Shush. Go ahead, Tarby.
So like if they were bringing this out to make the other one look better, it did the opposite.
I don't know if that was the point. I think it was reactionary.
But reactionary, and they made their other content that they released 2 weeks earlier, a week earlier, look less fun.
Come on,
that doesn't make sense either.
It's Scopely. That's the whole plan. That's the whole model.
To make themselves look worse.
To invalidate previous content. Let's let's moderate the words here a little bit. Okay.
But to validate the content they came out with a week earlier.
Listen.
Didn't they do that with the Protector?
I've seen content.
But that was a month later.
I've seen content for the next 3 to 6 months. It's just chock full of this stuff. I'm growing frustrated because I even brought this up in a meeting yesterday. Like, it's not surprising. All right. I mean, we've seen this.
Oh.
We've seen this. We've seen it with officers. Officers replace this officer, which replaced that officer, which replaced that officer. I mean,
yeah.
I just don't sense a great deal of creativity happening right now. And a lot of stuff is just reskinned and recycled and remechanized. And that is not super exciting to me. I don't like that style of game design. What I liked was arenas. What I liked was alliance tournaments. What I liked was wave defense. Brand spanking new methods and ways to engage in gameplay. All right? New loops, new ships to kill the new loops, new hostiles with new refineries. That's not new. And I'm not, by the way, referring to anything that is upcoming specifically. I'm talking about what we've seen for the last several years. New hostiles, then a new ship to kill the hostiles. Those new hostiles drop a loot. You go into the refinery and you click on this and you earn that and you do this and you do that. How many faction stores do we have now? How many refinery tabs do we have now? Each one of them is related to a loop. You're exactly right, Mad Hatter. It's all rinse and repeat. The best features in this game have been wave defense. And if you want to go back 6 years, well, 5. If you want to go back 5 years, Armadas, okay? But that's 5 years old now. I remember when Armadas came out. That was cool. Okay?
Coming soon.
When they actually launched, Karkin, they were cool. They were coming soon for over a year. But when they finally came out, okay? When they finally came out, that was new gameplay. Then what new gameplay did we have after that? You could argue that territory capture was new gameplay. All right? You could actually argue that. That was a cool feature. All right? That was cool when that came out. It's a little stale now, but golly, it's almost 4 years old now. Okay?
Yeah.
Brett says solo armadas. I would agree with that. I actually still enjoy solo armadas to a certain degree because I don't have to rely on anybody. It's just me. You know? And then what else? Wave defense. Cool. Right? That was new. That was different.
Yeah,
And-
that was like the most different thing we've had since Armada's launch.
Sure.
When
Incursions, agree with that, Ransusi. Incursions, when they launched, they've pretty much run their life cycle now. Okay? Sherlock Holmes says assaults. And assaults was new, but it was such a terrible mechanic that it pretty much just failed. But that was new. That's fair. It was new. Ryan
if only
says
they made it worthwhile.
Ryan says Mirror Universe. And I will agree with you 50% on that, Ryan. Because the mechanic was new, the dungeon crawl kind of thing. But what are we doing? We're still killing hostiles. We're still earning loot for a refinery, and we're still mining. All right. But at least the mechanic was different, slightly. And it's extremely rewarding. Extremely rewarding. It is the only place to grind rep. Right? That's the only place you go to grind rep. You go there for all of your Trillium D requirements and all your Trillium D needs. You can go there for ship parts. I mean, it's the grinder's paradise today. So, it's the same thing that we're doing, but at least it's stupidly valuable. All right. Now, Ransusi brings up a really good point. And by the way, I've actually championed this point many times, Ransusi, and I'm glad you bring it up. He says, to be fair, we hate everything new, so there's no incentive for them to change things. It's just one endless whining about it. You're 1,000% right, which is why when they try something new, I am begging the community to give it a shot. I am begging the community to play it instead of complaining.
If
So I think part of
implementation on the launch date of that new feature or mechanic actually working, I think we'd have a lot less complaining.
Oh no, I'm dismissing that because they haven't had catastrophic failures in many months. There's been bugs. There's always going to be bugs, but we haven't had a catastrophic failure in probably over a year. When did we have the last 12-hour emergency maintenance? It's been a long ass time. So I'm not going to get behind that one.
when they realized that Vemit could crack stations, but that's something else.
That was forever ago.
No, that was like 6 months ago.
Are you
But
talking about Vemit?
like
Vemit?
the station cracking glitch a few months ago, where you could.
That was not 2 to 3 months ago. Was it really?
6, she said 6.
No, chat says it was 2
Like
to 3 months.
6.
I don't feel like it was 2 to 3 months. All right, maybe in the past year.
Because that was when the Protector came out, so that was 6 months ago.
It was about 6 months ago. Yeah.
All right.
Happy's right. Chat's wrong.
All right, that's fair. But again,
Thank you, Natty.
if that was 6 months ago, all right,
Calls them like I see them.
that has nothing to do with the last 5 months worth of features that have come out. I get bugs, okay? I get that. All right? But like look at arenas, for example. New gameplay, exciting. I'll agree with you on that one, Spectre. They foobarred the heck out of that.
Yeah.
All right? And by the way, it was fine when it started. By tinkering with it, they foobarred it. They literally broke it. The more they tried to fix it, the more they broke it. And by the way, Ransusi, to your point, why were they trying to fix it in the first place? Because the community lost their damn minds about the matchmaking. Which, by the way, Matters is still right on this. I'll still die on this hill. Matchmaking from the beginning was never as bad as I actually expected it to be. I know people said, oh, I'm going up against somebody 3 ops levels higher than me. That's unfair. I mean, that's pretty damn close. When Matters and I go play Fortnite, I get my ass kicked because Matters screws up my matchmaking. All right? But when I play, if I play with Oliver, I get my ass kicked because of matchmaking. But if I go play with Tarpy, I love playing Fortnite with Tarpy because she drags that average way down.
Oh, you are rude. That is mean.
No, but you know
what? I
am
new.
Well, and you know what? Here's a piece of credit that I will take away from Scopely is that, for example, in Fortnite, your rank has nothing to do with your ability or how much money you've spent. It has to do with how much you've engaged. How you earn points every single time you turn on the console. All right. Your level is simply how much time you've played. Oliver is not a Fortnite god. He's ranked 267. Why? Because he stays up till midnight every night playing the daggone game.
Your 9-year-old.
My 9-year-old. Okay. So that's where Scopely took a grand idea. And it doesn't fit their model as well as it should, Spectre. But we, the community, and I will fall on this sword on behalf of the community, we drove them. I warned from day one that this was a house of cards. I warned. You can go back and you can hear my words. Yeah. It is a house of cards. If we tinker with the wrong thing, it will all come tumbling down. We will break it, and by God, it got broke. It's broke, did. It's broke, did.
How did we break it so that it's less performant 3v3 than 5v5? That to me is the real question here.
Okay, well that's fair.
It's because we pushed too hard at the beginning to have that like any particular change. We didn't really give it the time that Putz was saying it needed.
I'm talking about the infrastructure lag, you know.
There was no lag, Spectre. When they went in to modify whatever it is that they spent 6 months building, when they went in a week to modify it, they made a mistake. They broke something. All right? Yep. They did. All right? But it was fine when we started.
Yeah.
You know? So now, if you want to complain, for example, Star Trek, about the time, totally agree. 8 hours is not enough. The day needs to rotate. All right? I agree with that. Iron Fister says, I kind of liked 5v5. I did too, just for the chaos of the system. But then you would have had to have gone in and fixed a way to get everybody the ability to play. You know, you had when it was 5v5, you had people who couldn't play. I don't like that.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot more people.
Mm-hmm. I don't like
that at all.
How
many people are playing right now?
Yeah, but way more than that.
All right.
Nobody's playing now.
Yeah, Rach says 5v5 would not allow me to play within my alliance. I agree. So I think that there were things that needed to be fixed, okay? But matchmaking wasn't one of them. And when
I agree with you on that one, DJ.
And when we got in,
I join you on that hill.
Well, when we got in there, and by the way, I don't mean we didn't mess up the code. Scopely messed up the code. Agreed. But either way, it's like we know better. I saw the writing on the wall from week 1. House of Cards. And by the way, Laser Danger, you're 1,000% right. 1,000% right when he writes the following sentence. The lag is because everyone realized that speed crews rule arenas. The infrastructure can't handle the mechanic of speed. This would have always been a problem, but at first we were trying to kill each other. And I agree with that because I still have a crisp $100 bill on the table, Laser Danger, that impulse is what is breaking the system. I agree with you 1,000% because I have said that for the last 4 or 5 weeks, that it's speed crews that have broken it. Now, again, I'm not blaming the community on that. If we didn't use speed crews, we could play in it much better. But that's the way to win. Scopely's got to fix the architecture that allows the mechanics to be used the way that the game is being played. If they're going to allow speed crews, you got to make it so we can use speed crews. But however, I agree with you, Danger. My money is still on the impulse speed being a problem. And why? Because we got rubber banding, we got sync issues, and that is because of problems between the client and the server. And guess where impulse is calculated, everybody? In your client. That is architecture. That is a fundamental failure in code. That kind of decision-making shouldn't be happening in the client.
Yep.
Captain Bull says, I just told Scopely to disable all impulse boost game-wide. Captain Bull, you want to hear something absolutely wild? You're damn right I did. I suggested running one version of arenas where all speed, cruise, and impulse was disabled. I said, prove me wrong. Honest to God, I am not kidding you, Captain Bull. I legitimately asked for that. They told me that that the community would crucify me. I said, and it would also prove a point. All right? It would also tell you where to look. Like, we do science here. We do science. You guys get mad at me when we change more than one variable at a time, right?
Yep.
You guys get fussy at me when I change one variable at a time. I told Scopely, change this variable. Turn it off and run it one time. I bet it's flawless. I bet it's flawless. I bet
that far, but
I bet we would want to kill each other because we're just crawling across the screen. I mean, can you imagine?
Take you 10 minutes to get to a solo.
Can you imagine it would take you 90 seconds, literally 90 seconds to cross the system? I mean, that's what we're talking about.
No one would get to the 1,000 points.
No,
DJ,
not a chance.
Why can't we use a jump mechanic with the discovery that jumps us right into the arena?
Terrible idea. Because you know what jump is? It's 1,000 million gazillion % speed boost. That's all jump is. All right. So,
Discovery jump?
Yes. Discovery jump is literally a 1 million % boost to warp speed. You know that's all it is, right?
Warp and impulse.
Yeah.
What about DJ? What about a compromise?
That's why you come in at the system's edge, not in the middle, bro.
What about a compromise, DJ? Something like instead of no impulse, but doing an
DJ
arenas.
Ops banding and time killed it more than anything. Like you said, DOA.
There were problems at the beginning, Art. I remember you were among them. You were very vocal, and I get it. And you're right. You could not play. So your perspective is slightly different. If they had come out with a 5v5 that allowed you to play, you would have appreciated the original run as compared to the later runs. All right? But that being said, the lag, the engineering, the architecture here, it's speed. I've been saying it for weeks. I've been screaming it for weeks. And Scopely is scared to death of you guys. Scopely is scared
what they need to do.
They don't want to run this test. Hang on, Matters. They don't want to run this test because they're scared of what the community feedback would be. And I get it. Official Discord, I would shut it down. I would just turn that. I would put up a "we're closed, we'll be back tomorrow" sign on official Discord. But for you advanced players, for you scientific players, for the players who are educated about the way that this game works and the scientific guys out there and gals, all right, Arenas needs to run with speed disabled one time. That's what needs to happen. And then they're going to know where to look. Then they're going to get their data. Then they have their evidence. And by the way, I might be wrong. But if I am, we've eliminated that from the variable pool. If I'm wrong and it was an impulse, that's one thing we get to check off the list. Isn't that the scientific method? Mud says, how about they test it on a test server? Here's the problem, dude. Now, I think server load is a big thing, okay? We might only have 12 ships in there, okay? But there might be 100 of these that are happening in one server. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that kind of load looks like, but I will attest that I have had an opportunity to play this a second time. Wow, that was disgusting. Sorry. I had an opportunity to play this a second time. I did use speed, and it worked. Okay? So I think that's part of why they're scared to turn off speed. But my argument is 6 players running speed on an engineering server is different than 10,000 players running speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, here's the thing. This is why they're struggling with it, Wilson. Because on the engineering server, we don't have these problems. The cube works fine. Works fine. That's how I know it's speed! And lag. And the tick system. And the fact that you got all these players trying to play the same thing. The struggle is real. Roboski says they should test it on a region. Fine.
So DJI will stop delivering medical supplies to California on Monday just so I can play the game and then they can all burn.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's great. You know what? Take a vacation day, bro. Take a vacation day. All right. Game Junior says they did test it. EU failed the test. They didn't test what I wanted them to test. All right. They didn't turn off speed. I'm telling you, that's what needs to happen. It's just, that's what needs to happen. But they're scared. And rightfully so. Like Ransusi says, we burn them at the stake just for trying new gameplay. You guys remember when ATAs came out? Y'all bitched. By the way, I loved ATAs when they came out. It was a short-lived puzzle, but it was still a puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was fun.
That was another new mechanic. Okay? Love that. You know, Solo Armada is launched with Bajoran, right? Am I correct in that? Yeah, Bajoran was the first ever Solo Armada. To this day, one of the best legacy loops in the game.
Yep.
I still like it.
I'm just saying. You know, Ray and Susie's 1,000% right. This community crucifies them every time they try and fail.
So
whatever happened to try again, learning from mistakes and all this other stuff? They deserve that. And I'm not advocating for them because they make a lot of mistakes. But we have to stop being so damn judgmental.
Yeah, they get crucified even when they don't fail. People go searching for failures, and you can find them. You can always find something you don't like about something, and they latch onto that, and they complain and complain and complain about it. We get a lot of features come out that they're good. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It's maybe not as earth-shatteringly new gameplay as like Waves Defense was, but still decent. The loop is decent. It's not as insanely confusing as people pretend it is, and like, but everyone just craps all over everything all the time.
Well,
because one little thing isn't good enough.
You're right in a lot of ways. It also depends, though. All right? It depends on a couple of factors. And by the way, I agree with you on most of those points. I agree with chat, though. Right? Look here. It's because they charge $100 a pack. Like, it's an expensive game for there to be this many mistakes. I agree with that. This game makes as much as any AAA title out there. But they're not that... I mean... I don't run into the kinds of bugs. I know the bugs exist. I know. But I don't run into the kind and frequency and severity that I run into here inside this game. And I've spent more money on this game than I've spent on every other game ever in my entire life combined.
Yeah.
I've spent thousands of dollars on this game. I have never spent that kind of money on any other title. But this game works poorer or functions poorer than any other game I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's that. All right. I see in the chat we don't see a ton of learning. To be fair, they repeat mistakes. And by the way, there's a couple of perspectives on that. Do they repeat technical mistakes? That's straight up version control. They're very bad at it.
The worst, one of the worst I've seen.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad at it. Do they repeat game design mistakes? What we would call mistakes? That's oftentimes by design. They've got data that we don't have if something makes them money, even if we say we don't like it, but it makes them a pile of money, you know,
They're doing it again.
they're going to try to
I
get it.
mean, people buy the packs. Like, we say we don't want $100 packs, but people buy the packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are they going to offer lower price point packs
Yeah.
if people buy the $100 packs? Now, I'm not saying don't buy the packs, because bad things happen on the official Discord to you if you say don't buy the things, but
Yeah.
like people buy them. We can't complain if people just go out and buy them.
I'll say don't buy the packs. If you don't want to buy a pack, don't buy the pack.
Right. I mean, I'll say that, but like yeah.
It's not about, I think Tarpy's right. It's not about, you know, it's what we have always said. You know, if you find value in something and you want to spend money on it, do it. That's great. Power to you. I do the same thing. That's why I've spent thousands on this game. All right. If I have the money and it doesn't detract from my lifestyle, doesn't take food away from my children. All right. If I play the game responsibly and I want to do it because it brings me joy in that moment, great. Fine.
Yeah.
That's not their fault. They made a product available for sale and I bought it. Cool. But I do expect the game to function better. And we have called for STFC 2.0 for a long time. They basically told us that STFC 2.0 wasn't going to happen. The closest we've ever gotten to the Scopely acknowledging something like that was Luke's interview a week ago, saying, listen, I saw this in chat that they are facing the existential crisis, I think is what Fisty wrote, that they are now realizing that their legacy code can no longer support the game that they want to build. And that is frankly where we are. They have hit a tipping point. The game is no longer capable of supporting what it is that they want to put into it. And it's time to invest in the core. Now, step one was exactly what Luke did for us a week ago. Now we have to look in the mirror, okay? If Scopely is going to actually invest in the core, which it sounds like Luke's going to do, it's not going to happen overnight. We were told by David E. 2 years ago that an STFC core overhaul would take 2 years. Between 18 months and 2 years. Okay? So, if Scopely comes out, like they did with Luke, and they say, hey, we are going to start fundamentally restructuring the core, which, again, I think is what we got. I would like for Scopely to be a little bit more clear on this. But if they are, I am going to say this until I'm blue in the face, community. We have got to exhibit more patience than we have in the last year or two or even 2 months. Because if they feel the pressure to continue jamming out stuff like they have been because we're screaming and yelling about this and that and this and that, they don't have the bandwidth to go in and engage the core. Retrieving says that patience was worn out 3 years ago, and I understand that feeling, Retrieving. But if you've got kids, you know that you could repeat yourself till you're blue in the face, and eventually, maybe they're going to get it. No. Scopely has now, and by the way, I've had conversations. I will personally attest that Fisty is right. They have had to look in the mirror and say, oh my God, we just woke up and realized the game is full. Game's full. Game's full. We can continue to develop content, but the game is full. We have got to come back to what we asked for 2 years ago, and we're going to have to clean up a mess. I hope that this is what they're going to do. That's why I was so optimistic when I read that interview and listened to that interview with Luke, because I think that interview came out to acknowledge exactly this, retrieving. I think that interview came out because they finally are like, oh, crap. Like, we don't have a choice now. We're going to have to do it. They were just sweeping it under the rug, man. They were kicking that can down the road. Now they can't. They got to fix the tick system.
Septic tank is full.
That's right. That's right, buddy. The toilet's overflowing back into the house, all right? We got a plumbing problem. Yeah. So if that's what they're doing, and I do agree that communication should be more clear, but when they came out and they finally, for the first time, community, we need to read between the lines. They came out and said, okay, we got to go back and work on our tick system. We got to go back and work on the core. He wrote in that article, we have realized that what we want to do in the game is not supported by our legacy code. To be honest with you, I don't know that it gets much more plain than that in how they wrote it. But that means time for them and patience for us. And while I agree with Schwag, he says every advert in the world touts sustainability, it's standard business sense. Oh, I get it. But let's be fair. We have never credited Scopely with being a gaming company because they aren't. They're a publishing marketing firm. Okay? They're an investment capital group. They've never been a game company. They buy and sell assets. They publish and promote games. That's what they are. And that is not offensive. That's a fact. They know it. That's what their business model is. They buy studios and promote the hell out of their game and make tons of money doing it. I mean, you guys pointed it out in chat. Star Trek Fleet Command's not even their biggest moneymaker. It's freaking Monopoly Go.
Yeah.
Monopoly Go makes tens of millions of dollars monthly. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that ridiculous?
But Monopoly Go was like built from the ground up, right?
Not by Scopely.
No, not by Scopely, but with a specific, architecture in mind, right?
Wasn't
Maybe.
every game built that way at some point?
Well, yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
This game is a very skinned version of Kings of the Realm.
Don't know that game. What I'm going to say is that every game had a core that they built up, and the game has been changed by Scopely to fit the model of today's gamers' needs. Listen, Star Trek Fleet Command was not built 8 years ago anticipating what the game was going to do today. Period. I know that. I think anybody could guess that. David E. said that they hoped they were going to make it to 5. They didn't even know if they were going to get to 5 years.
Those games don't last that long.
Yeah, who knows that they're going to get 5 years? Nobody knows they're going to get 5 years. They're in number 8 since development and 6 since global launch. Hell yeah, they're flying by the seat of their pants. And this game is now functioning and doing more than it was ever intended to. And I'm going to argue that Monopoly goes the same way. Listen, that game is different today than the way it was built. Stumble Guys is different today than the way it was built. Marvel Strike Force is different today than the way it was built. Because that's what Scopely does. They find a way to publish the game and make it big. Now, Mimi, you're 1,000% right. They can't afford to put it. If the game is full, then there is not going to be a ton of room for vast new mechanics. They can't do much more than another new hostel, another new ship, another new refinery. I agree. Which is why I admit I'm part of the problem. I am part of the problem. We're all a part of the problem. We got to woo-saw here a little bit. Scopely, here's my message to you. And somebody feel free to clip this, because I think this is the most compassionate thing that we have said to and about Scopely in many, many months. Luke's interview was an eye-opener for me. If your intention is truly to go back and reinvest in the core, say it loud, proud, and try to give a timeline. You need 12 months to do it. You need 18 months to do it. Great. I think a lot of us will look forward to that. Continue trying to give us some stuff while we're working on it. But Mimi, you know what I think they could do? And I mean this genuinely. I know it still takes bandwidth, but we're also talking about engineers and coders who are working on different things than the content team, right? So call me crazy. We've got ATAs in the game. We've got solo armadas in the game. We've got exocomps in the game. We've got a lot of mechanics in the game that we haven't revisited in a very long time. Okay? Let's rehash a couple of arcs. You realize 12 months will fly by if we get engaging narrative and engaging expansions on existing content. And by the way, I don't mean that it can't be monetized either. Hell, make new officers, make new artifacts, make new chaos techs, sell us all the things. But we don't necessarily need to come out with another arenas if we now know. And by the way, I'm glad that arenas came. Arenas were the wake-up call. If at this point we've got to take the engineers and we've got to emergency 911, go back to the core, go back to the legacy system, then we do it. If you've got another, whatever the next big feature is going to be, I don't know, let's call it Jacob's Ladder. You got a Jacob's Ladder that's getting ready to come out in 6 months, table it. You got whatever you had in the roadmap, communicate, table it. Give us engaging content. Give us interesting content. We'll still spend money because that's what players do. But we have content that could go back and use a rework that would be not as time intensive as building a new feature. We just got to expand it, right? Add new exos, add new away teams. Not that that's not time intensive, but you don't have to build a system for that. Write new ATAs. Write new exos. Hey, how about the exocomp factory? It's been limited to level 50. This is a great opportunity to look at content beyond level 50 for exos. The game now has almost 100 level 70 players. Maybe it's
500?
That's
a lot more than 100.
Yeah, it is more than 100.
Yeah.
What was it? Did I mean 1,000? I don't remember. What's the count?
It's
somebody get it for me.
490 something.
Almost 500 level 70s.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for G6 group armadas.
How about expanding Cardassian like everyone has wanted?
Yeah, that caps out at level 50. I mean, there's ways that we can still have engaging and interesting content as long as you're straight up and say, yo, it's time for STFC 2.0. Give us 12 months. I saw this in the chat. I don't remember who wrote it. $2 million and 2 months, you said? I don't know if it'd be 2 months, dude. There's a lot of code stacked up in here. But it is going to be expensive. You're right on that money. David E. told us that it would probably be a couple of $1 million. He said between $2 and $3 million to rewrite the core. All right. Freebooters 2.0, sure. Retrieving
They are
says
coming out with that this year.
$2 million, 2 months, one ripper. I don't know. 2
That
million,
was 2 years ago.
2 months. I don't know. I don't think that's realistic, to be honest with you. There's a lot of spaghetti to unravel. Okay, but yeah, $2 to $3 million and an actual development team, 6 months, 8 months. I think you can do it. A lot of stuff stops at 50 and 60 and can be brought up to 70. There is content. And at this point, I am now officially begging Scopely. I'm begging you to come out, be transparent with your players for once. Your players have generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue in the last 6 years. Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Your game is full. You guys have now realized it. Let's make it. Let's let it grow. We need to build a bigger cup. You guys know what needs to be done. Let's do it. We will appreciate that transparency, and we will be patient. We will recognize, and we will appreciate the fact that you're making this game better for another 5 years, because that's ultimately what we want. That's the only reason we're pissed off about it. Why are we so pissed, community? Because the game we want to play doesn't work right. That is the only reason we're pissed. And it's sad to me. It is so sad to me that the best feature that ever came into the game was the one that pushed it over its edge. Arenas has been the best PvP feature and maybe one of the best features, top 3 features ever introduced into this game. It was so bold, it was so good, it was so big that it finally broke the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that Arenas is non-functional now. I hate it. But it's time. Every feature you have is going to be non-functional unless we find a way to fix the core. Mud says, someone get DJs a soapbox to preach from. Buddy, here's the thing. I'm going to be careful with my words. But I don't know that I need to. I think a lot of you guys are going to know exactly what I'm saying and feeling. I'm playing less because I'm so disappointed. I'm disillusioned. I'm frustrated with the quality of gameplay. I am the game's second largest influencer. You should not have me out here saying that you're struggling to keep my attention. I should not be out here saying that I'm playing your game less. Give me something to look forward to. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't mean that in any kind of trade-off way. I don't mean that in any form of derogatory fashion. I mean, bring me back. Bring Bubba back. Bring Trader back. Give us a reason. Bring Ripper back. Bring John back. Bring Big Country back. Give us something to come back to. It's time. And this is why.
They don't listen.
No, they do. They do. Let me rephrase. They hear it. But the people that we get to work with on a daily basis are literally just as powerless as I am. Beck, do you think she doesn't say the same things that we say? Hammy doesn't say the Sierra doesn't say the same stuff that I'm saying to you guys right now? They have got to bite the bullet, and they've got to do it. Got to. But community, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. If they go through with it, we have to, and I'm going to say this very dramatically, we have to love and support and boost them up. We have got to be the loving, supporting husband, the amazingly supportive and vocal wife. We have to love them and give them the space to do the job. It has to be done. And community, one doesn't happen without the other. Like they're our child. I get it, Pong. I mean, kind of. You know, it's got to be a two-way road. So, oh, yeah, that's right. Hammy's trying to get it fixed. So's Sierra. So's Beck. So's all of them. It's above them. It's above me. It's above Rev. So, is Rev the first largest content creator? Yes. Thank you, Captain Bull, for pointing that out. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what you took out of that whole monologue? That I was the second largest influencer? Thanks a lot, dude. You're such an ass. I appreciate it. Thank you. He's like, that's all I heard about it. Herp says that we're beyond the point of just talking about it. Agreed. Yeah, it's do or die time. I agree. They got to start delivering some results, he says. They've told us how. You know what? I agree with this statement, Herps. They've told us that they're working on it, working on this, improving that, and it continues to get worse. I've said that. And I will say this. Sierra, I have such a huge respect for her. Sierra.
I'll pay for good stuff, but this is trash.
Well, let's be fair, Ark. Some of us pay for trash too. Okay, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. That being said, I have such a huge amount of respect for Sierra because Sierra has, in fact, relayed a couple of messages of mine that probably wouldn't be super welcome in a boardroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just see how uncomfortable it might be for Sierra to deliver my communication in a room full of executives. That's probably uncomfortable sometimes. But I know she's done it. And one of the recent ones that I'm sure had to be extremely uncomfortable, and she wouldn't have relayed it had she not also agreed with it, was literally, thank you, Alpha Cypher, was literally, Scopely, in general, not any individual, but in general, your word doesn't mean anything to us right now. When you say exactly what Herb says, when you tell us you're working on it and you're not, when you're telling us this is going to be fixed and it's not, when you tell us that you've changed this and it's worse, that shoots credibility in the foot. So you know what? Herps is right. You've got to deliver something now. It is, in fact, do or die time. And I don't mean this dramatically, like the game is dying. I've never said that. Look, this game is 6 years old now from global, 8 years from beta. This game probably ain't going anywhere for a while. But you're risking your legacy clientele. And no game survives on churn. Some of the biggest games in history still have legacy players that have been playing for 10, 15, and 20 years. This crazy resurgence right now online. What are they playing? Classic WoW. The biggest streamers on the internet are playing WoW right now. Like hundreds of hours of WoW. I almost wish that I could have the learning capacity to start playing that game. Vul, I've never played WoW. But you have streamers who, by the way, stream to 20, 25, and 30,000 live audiences. Okay? Pirate Software, who will never know who I am. But I love his streams. I love his streams. He's incredibly funny, so unfiltered, brutally honest, and doesn't put up with crap. Okay, I find him to be just an incredible streamer. Plus, he has such an amazing voice. I mean, he's just as a radio guy, I listen to his voice and I'm just like, wow, that guy. Anyway, I don't know anything, Tarpy, about what he's playing other than what it's called. But I've watched classic WoW, and he's told me he's played this game for, what did he tell me the other day? Or what did he say on stream? Didn't tell me. 17 years? Something like that. Maybe 16. I think he told me he's been playing since 2009. Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time to do a game.
2009? You know? Eve is another one. It's been around for a decade plus. Yeah, that's right. He worked for them. He worked for them for 7 years. That's right, Candy White. He knows how to play the damn game. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Scopely or take anything away from Digit, who, by the way, is the game developer. It ain't Scopely. But look at what WoW is today. If you, listen, I'm going to just check right now. I'm just going to look, if you don't care, for a moment. I'm going to hop in to my Twitch panel, and I'm just going to type in World of Warcraft, where right now, at this second, there are 46,000 people watching streams for World of Warcraft. That category has 10.8 million followers on Twitch, online, at this moment. Don't you want Star Trek Fleet Command to be that? And it can't be that until you make a stable environment. It can't be that until the game can support 10.8 million people. It can't be that until the game can support solid, structural, stability gameplay for 46,000 people at one time simultaneously. And by the way, I'm not necessarily suggesting that they change it to be open world, Killer J. I'm saying it needs to just be able to support it. Okay? I don't care if it's open world or not. It just needs to be able to function. Think about it. It has to function. And Daystro says a decade ago, World of Warcraft was even bigger. I know. That's the thing. Like, the game has faded a little bit. This is not at its prime, and it still has 50,000 people in it. Now, at this moment, watching content, not even just playing, but watching content. Herp says they're what is that, a monthly active or a daily active? 8 million players. And today, you're right, Blizzard is a shell of a company that they used to be. And they got 8 million actives. By the way, WoW's a subscription game. Making plenty of money. Selling packs. Selling subscriptions. Selling stuff. Epic. Not a good example to use for a game company, but they're making money hand over fist with Fortnite. How much money is Fortnite making? Here, let's check out Fortnite on Twitch right now. And I'm only using them as an example because I'm playing the crap out of that right now. Yeah. Surpassing WoW by 50% with 73,000 active viewers at this moment with 95 million followers on Twitch. Right now, Fortnite is being streamed to 73,000 viewers at this second. Don't you want STFC to be that? I do. I really do. And it can be It's going to take a whole new vision and a whole new core. There. I'm done. No more soapbox. Tarpy, you're up. Battle Pass is good,
What?
huh? She tuned out 15 minutes ago. She's like, what? I wasn't, what? Yelling at the kids.
I'm still here.
Yelling
I was
at the
listening
kids.
to most of it. I
Anywho,
don't have kids.
Candy White says, I've got buttons. Oh my God, do I really? Did you make
no.
Did you make the
No,
buttons?
you don't have to.
Oh
Already.
We need door magnets. Door magnets, please.
Candy White
Oh,
is
no.
fast.
Oh
Door
my
magnet.
God, these are amazing. Oh my gosh, community.
Show us.
Are these live? Did you
No,
put them up?
no.
Did you put them up? Look
No.
at that. We got Tarpy's Moist
No, no.
Dongle. We've got a Talking Trek badge, a Green Griffin, an STFC cat, and a Punch Drunk Kitty Cat bitch badge. Oh my God.
Wait, are these pins or are these magnets?
I don't know. They look like pins. What are they, Candy? It's live right now. Let's pull it up and take a look. If you're listening in podcast, check out the graphics room at 10:36 p.m. Eastern time.
Pins.
They're pins, dude. That's amazing. That's incredible. I went to the wrong website. Talking Trek STFC, stfc.com.
You got confused on your own website.
Yeah, I did. Clicking on the merch. All right, let's come down. Look, there they are. They're button pins. Oh, dude, that's cheap. $14 for a custom printed pin.
Oh, for the whole set.
I don't think is it for. It's not for the whole set, is it?
I don't know. It says set. It says Talking Trek.
It's the whole set for $15. Look at that! They come in a set of 5. They come in a set of 5. Oh my God! First of all, you should have charged more. Okay, you should have charged more. But second of all, holy smokes! 5 buttons for $15.
Where's Griffin's
Grabthar's hammer.
By Grabthar's hammer,
What
what
I
a
say.
freaking value!
I have good news. I know you're about to sell one set. At least.
Oh my
Thank you,
God!
Strider.
Look, the 2-inch pins are only $1 more. Look at that. The 1-inch pins are 14. The 2-inch pins are 15.
He just did the sparkle fingers over
double
his
the
phone.
For less than 10% more, that's double the pin.
That's double the pin for only
Did you just
10%
pizza
more by
math
Grabthar's
buttons?
hammer. What a freaking value! Oh my God! Riskbreaker says
Goddamn
14 for 1 is crazy. A set is better. I mean, I don't know what these things cost, but yeah, $15 for a whole set? That's 5 pieces of flair. Oh my God. Guys, no, do you know what we need to do, Candy? Like, I don't know if we have time.
Oh no. No, you don't. You don't. You don't
We
need
need
to do
to
it.
make more.
I know what we need to do.
That
but
way we
Barbie
can
won't like it.
trade. Like, this could be flair for us to trade, like at our dig in Miami.
I posted it in Twitch.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm floored right now.
sure?
Candy, that's beautiful. That is freaking beautiful. What are you posting? I don't see anything right now. What are you posting?
No. I Strider wanted the link. So I put it in Twitch.
Pogs, Robotsky says, you want to go back. We need to get Pogs. Rach says we need them in magnets as well. I mean, do you? I don't know. Flair's pretty tight. Do you need them in magnets? Schwag says, can I order just 5 moist dongles? I don't think you can.
This is not the website for that.
No, we should sell actual dongles at this point. We would make a killing.
Oh my God. These are so good. Thank you so much, Candy White. This is incredible. This is incredible. Oh my God,
I
guys.
picked the wrong half a second to try and drink water. Shut up, Bullfoot.
Oh my gosh. Candy White says, I can do a dongle 5-pack.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Oh my God! What? I mean, seriously
I get
though.
5 votes.
If
You realize that, right?
hold on, here's the
You
deal.
each get 1, and I get 5 votes.
If you do a 5-pack of dongles, like, and everybody buys it, what are you going to do with 5 of them? What are you going to you going to trade them off? Who's going to take the extra dongles if everybody buys the dongles? Oh my God!
Pins.
This is so funny. That's
You're
incredible.
gonna make a killing in Florida.
Okay. The small ones would be great for croc flare. Thank you,
Oh my
Swag.
God.
Yeah, they are only 1 inch. That probably, I bet you could do that, Candy, right? Like you could put these on your Crocs. Oh.
So is it a crongle at that point?
Oh, Queen Rach says we can do nuclear dongles.
No.
Yeah, listen, maybe. Oh my gosh, Candy, there needs to be one for Tarpy for Tarpy's new rock band. Doesn't Juby and Tarpy have a rock band now? We need to get a pin. Yeah, we need a pin for their rock band. Hold on, where's that?
It's me, Matters, Juby, and Spectre.
Can I have the logo that you guys designed? Juby, didn't you make a logo for
Juby,
you
do
guys? The nuclear dongles.
I'll find it.
Nuclear.
Nuclear dongles.
Nuclear.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pronounce it wrong. It's important.
The
Oh my
nuclear
God.
dongles.
No, Matters, hush.
It's spelled wrong too.
Oh my gosh, this is just insane. Isaac says, if I offer the Tarpy shirt, can I mail it to her and have her sign it? Well, that's up to her. If he buys the Tarpy shirt, will you sign it for him?
Tell you what, you can mail it to DJ's, and then I can sign it in Florida.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And then he can
live
ship
sign.
it. Would that work?
Live signing.
Yeah.
How's that? There you go. All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
And
Get
then
your-
we can ship them the bet.
Yeah.
We can have all of us sign it if we want. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious, this is insane. All right. Do we have anything else you guys want? Oh, you guys want me to read the commercials? Really? Do you want to do that? How long have we been on? 2 hours, right at 2 hours. You want to do a little something
Read
silly?
mine. Read
All
the
right.
second one.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. Oh my gosh. Seriously, is that it? All right, Candy, I'm going to send you a screenshot. I'm not even going to put it on stream because I want it to be a surprise. Here's nuclear dongle. Okay, that's amazing. Can we get a couple? Has the entire evening been silly? No, I did a serious STFC piece, and look, we're 2 hours in. That was serial. That was super serial. Oh my God, Rach says, "How about a?"
Yes. No, that needs to be a pin. That needs to be a pin too.
Candy White, are you seeing chat? I'm not going to read it out loud. I want the next set to be a surprise. They want the talking Trek cat to be one with a quote. That's terrible. All right, Riskbreaker says, don't forget the reads. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, read. Sorry, I'm going through all the DMs. There's been a lot of them. Thank
You're
you guys.
looking for dongles.
No. Let's see.
I hate that word.
All right, here we
It's
go.
Not making it better.
All right, guys. Now listen, I'm going to need you guys to help me clip some of these. All right. So this, by the way, okay, hang on. Candy White needs a couple more ideas. He's watching chat. We've sent him 2 now. All right. And there might be a couple of others. You guys, listen, Candy White's going to make another set of pins for us. So there can be 10 total pins. All right. You guys can help him come up with the ideas for 5 of them. These 5 are just brilliant. These are just brilliant, Candy White. Oh my God. That is just great. I've got one for nuclear dongle. And what was the other one? Oh,
The thing that you said that you know regret saying.
Jules Verne wants a broken pen with fix it on it. Scopely fix it. That's good. Scopely fix it. That might be a good one. All right. Yeah. Sit down and be wrong has to be one. And
Is there a Mayflower picture that you can put on one?
Something referencing the big D. Yeah. TJ, I love that one. Vote yes for STFC 2.0.
Yay,
love
bugs.
that. Is a brilliant badge. Vote yes for Proposition STFC. I think that's hilarious. That is so good. That would be brilliant. I want that. There doesn't need to be a 2 more minutes pin. Okay, there doesn't need to be a 2 more minutes
Yes,
pin.
there does. Absolutely, there does.
Spectre says we need
There's
a
the big sticker.
save a server hamster today. White Wolf says treasury's full. Oh my God, dude!
Too soon on that one.
Candy White, you could make whatever. You could make 20 of these pins. You could literally make 20 of these pins. The chat is absolutely full of ideas. This is great. Ask me about my big bush bomb. Oh my God. That's good. Make one with the lag icon, the red lag icon. Oh my God. That's trash. Free gala, the loading circle, quesadillas, get eviscerated. Oh my God, there are so many ideas.
Clean your car, Echo.
Error code 5, a compensation chest.
Shut up, Karkin.
Shut up, Karkin. Then make a Best Buy badge. Are you writing all this down? Clean your car, Echo. Where's our comp chest? Okay, wait. Welch's grape energy drink. Oh my God, dude, we've got 100. We've got 100. Mantis comp ? Oh my God. These are so good. You guys are brilliant. You guys are bloody brilliant. Oh God. Oh, I'm a Valley girl. Let's talk about Lorca. Hammy's happy
Who's
hour.
Lorca?
Hammy's happy hour. Oh my God. This is my multi-tiered pin. Oh God. Free the burn. I remember that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 minutes till daily reset. My other ship is a payflower.
Wait. Can you put Harry Kim's face and then say
No.
morale officer below it?
No, can't do that. No,
Oh.
can't do that one.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's too
All of
bad.
these have been great up until right now. Can't do that one.
Aw.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was a good idea, but you know.
This is insane. $500 and all I got was this 120% pin. Shield or share. Where's Tal? Oh my God. I finally promoted Harry Kim. Now that would be good. Coming soon. Man. Candy White, take your pick, dude. Take your pick. You make as many of these as you want to make, and you stop when you get tired, buddy. Be sure to drink. Be sure to drink lots of fluids. Okay? Oh, my God. Quality?
quality.
Quality!
Quality over quantity.
Working as intended.
Wait, yeah, you could do the math joke with that one.
Whale harder. Oh, my God. This is so funny.
Could you like legit do like the quality over quantity and then like do the like division line
Divide
for
by
the
zero.
Oh
pun?
my God! Yeah, to put the word quality divided by quantity.
Yeah.
Oh my God, chat! You guys are just brilliant. This is so amazing. All right, yeah. What about all the ripperisms? I just foobarred this. I'm full of positive
Okay,
energy.
that one would be good.
I'm full of positive energy. Oh, a whale cam pin, Candy White. He says, I've got my list and it's still going. Are you serious? You're going to keep going? You're going to keep going. Prime quality efficiency? Yes. So good. Oh my gosh. Don Zeno says we need a set of 5 Ripperism pins. All right. Oh, Odysseus. Echo's faced with, I hate this stupid game.
Wait, could we have the picture of Echo saying the tested thing? Like
Yeah.
this was tested.
Can you imagine
If
if we
nothing
didn't test
if
things or
nothing would
something?
work.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Yeah.
if we didn't test things?
Yeah, like that entire picture could just go on a pin.
This pin brought to you by Paradise Grills. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, risk
You're
breaker.
welcome.
That's Tarpish one.
That's Tarpish. Andy has hashtag free the MU. That was your thing, wasn't it? Free the MU. Oh my gosh. You guys cut it out with all the Beck references. I'm sure he's going to make one of those. Madam Plancident for president. I'm sure we're going to see that.
That's a good one.
Oh my goodness. This is so funny. My goodness gracious. I can't. There are so many good ones here. I'm going to let Candy's got the lead. He can make however many he wants. All right. He can make however many he wants.
We need the Jules quote.
What's if they use the word D, that's bound to be misused by this podcast. Yeah, there's that.
A misused D by Jules Verne.
The broken green clock would be a great pin. I don't know if we have an image of that clock, but that would be very funny. He'd have to dig deep for that. We'd have to go back and find the actual image of the broken clock. Oh man, that's impressively large. That would be another good one. I got the D. It's still my show. Oh my God, you guys! I love
the picture of you with your shaved head.
I love
before you ever did it.
I love the enthusiasm here. This is great.
Like the mock-up.
Punch drunk kitty cat bitch. He already made that one, Guru. Look, that one's up there right now. You punch drunk kitty cat bitch. That one's on there.
Wait. I thought you were recording this for a podcast.
I am.
Since when could you say those words?
Actually, I can say bitch. I'm not supposed to. But
Does that mean I can?
no.
Or me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's good.
Let's see. I've got to read. I've got to read here. Okay, we're gonna give you guys a couple of reads. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple of reads, and then we'll get ready to wrap up. So this is the punch drunk funny time. Here you go. Jason writes, read in an upbeat and over the top voice. Okay. You ready? Wait.
Never.
You're actually wanting to get a free commercial out of this. All right, I'm going to do it. You know what? You have my permission to use this. This would be great. I hope that I end up on your radio station somewhere. Okay, here we go. How now, brown cow? Are you cold? Is your furnace broke? Are the pipes in your mushroom house frozen? Come on down to Papa Smurf's HVAC Superstore. Need furnace parts? We've got parts for all major brands and some oddball ones too. Need a new furnace? We've got some of those too. Papa Smurf's staff has the experience to help you figure out what's wrong and what you need to fix it. If your new furnace needs help hooking up to your old ductwork, Papa Smurf has got you covered. Papa Smurf's HVAC Superstore has a state-of-the-art metal shop and makes the best custom-crafted, organic, gluten-free, non-GMO ductwork just like Mom used to make. Papa Smurf doesn't actually sell oil or wood-burning furnaces, and Papa Smurf is not responsible for poor DIY installations that burn your house down. There, you good? Oh, it's pronounced HVAC. Damn it, I've got to do the whole thing again. All right, there you go. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Who wrote that one? Schwag, that one's brilliant. A QR code to Jonathan Ingram's Raid DJs page.
That's great.
That
one,
is
Swag.
so good. He's going to get so many followers off that. All right, there you go, Papa Smurf. Thank you very much. Let's see. Matters has got one. Okay. Are you ready to take your Fortnite game to the next level? Well, check out our new Big Bush Bomb. Boom, drop. Thank you, Papa Smurf. Appreciate it. Check out our new Big Bush Bomb. Boom, drop it and watch as it explodes into the ultimate camouflage, turning you into an uncatchable bush and giving you the perfect chance to sneak up on your foes. Whether you're on the attack or laying low, this Big Bush Bomb has got your back. Available now in Fortnite. Stay hidden, stay fierce. Only with Tarpy's Big Bush Bomb. Available in the item shop now.
No.
All right, here we go. Got another one for you. Y'all ever dream of living the farm life? Well, now's your chance. Win an all-expenses-paid week at a real working dairy farm. Get your hands dirty, your boots muddy, and experience the thrill of a true country lifestyle. You can learn how to care for the cattle, feed them, and yes, you can even milk them. You'll get the full hands-on experience from the early morning starts to the satisfying moments in the barn. You'll be expertly shown how to handle the more delicate task of milking with just the right touch and care. It's all about the technique, folks. So if you're ready to roll up your sleeves and live like a dairy farmer, this is your shot. Enter now and make it a week you won't forget. Sign up today and let that milk flow. That's kind of ridiculous, Matters.
Beautiful.
That's
Matters. The right word is
It's the country
glorious.
boy in there.
okay.
I know.
Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, Ray and Susie. Okay, this one actually needs music. So if you'll give me a second, I'm gonna queue up some. I'm gonna queue up some music for this one. See if we can find. See if we can find something kind of fun for this one. All right, you guys are gonna have to help me find a good track. Let's see. Is this one gonna work? No, I don't want that one. How about this one? That sound rocky enough? Sound like metal? Are you tired of the same old tools letting you down? Introducing Tarpy's Moist Nuclear Dongle, the revolutionary gadget that does it all. Do you need unparalleled performance? Tarpy's Moist Nuclear Dongle powers through the task with atomic precision. From turbocharging your gadgets to unlocking intergalactic potential, it's the ultimate multi-tool for the bold and the brave. Compact, reliable, and yes, it's moist. Its unique hydrodynamic core ensures peak efficiency even in the toughest conditions. Engineered for visionaries, tested by pros. Tarpy's Moist Nuclear Dongle is the future in your hand. Don't settle for less when you can have the best. Order now and get a free carrying case. Call 1-800-MOIST or visit tarpysdongle.com. Tarpy's Moist Nuclear Dongle, the power you need when you need it. All right, that was awesome. I like that one too.
Ow. My
The
face
background
hurts.
music made that commercial. That was awesome.
All right, that was a good one there.
Sorry, Tarpy. You were gonna say how much you loved it too?
Yeah, you like that one?
And I interrupted you?
I hope you enjoyed that. All right. Let's see.
You're like a celebrity.
I'm crying right now. This is
Let's see if I got any. Do I have any more in here? Nope, that might be it. I think that's it, everybody. Okay, good. Thank you. Hopefully that's a good read. Hopefully that's a couple of good ones that we can send over to the agent.
I feel bad for your agent.
What? I mean, at least
You're
it
gonna
doesn't
have no idea what you're talking
it
about.
doesn't have to actually be a real product. They just need to hear a good read.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Dexter says that was epic. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Does anyone remember the Real Men of Genius Budweiser commercials? Yes, I do. Oh, those are so good. Those were great.
Yeah.
Should we all chip in and buy Tarpy's moist nuclear dongle.com? Yeah, maybe.
God.
All
You should type it
right.
in now and see what pops up.
Please don't.
I might have to do that.
Oh God! You know that's funny that you mentioned about domains. I bought a domain here a while ago. I don't know that I ever told anybody. Hold on, I got to look now. I never turned it into anything. As a matter of fact, there's only a handful of people that know about this. I think Stewie and Lube are two of them. And moderator Jess is one. All right. For some reason, we were talking about needing a different email account. Like, I don't remember what it was for. It might have been, I don't remember what I needed it for, but I needed a new email. And so I could have gone to Gmail and just made one. But somebody at Scopely suggested that I have something more than just a Gmail. That way it looked a little bit more professional. I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Gmail, anybody can make a Gmail. So I should have something that represents the company, that represents my brand. So I created an email, which, by the way, is still valid today. I don't know that it's ever gotten more than 3 emails. We got a couple of emails when I first started it just amongst the group, and it was kind of funny. They wanted something professional, and so I provided them, I'm a sexy cat at djsrocks.com. Yes, djsrocks.com is a domain that I bought. And this, by the way, has been over a year. So you know how you get it for 99 cents the first year. Yeah, I paid $49.99 for it, and I kept it for the second year. DJZROX.com. I'm actually paying money for that. Why? I'm paying money for the email. It's a Microsoft 365 package. I'm paying $100 a year for that, plus $50 for the domain. For I am a sexy cat. I am a SEXY cat, CAT at djsrocks.com. That's a real email. You can email it. I'll get it. I'll get it right here on my phone, and I will reply. It's real. Jonathan Ingram says, dude, you're way overpaying for the domain. I know. It's not worth anything. All right? It's not worth anything. Why not just use talkingtrekstfc.com? I could, but it was kind of a joke. It was kind of a joke. Like they wanted something professional, so that's what I came up with. I do have talkingtrekstfc.com, so I could make an email for that. But it was much funnier. It was much funnier to do it the way by the way, I just want everybody to know that Tarpy's nucleardongle.com is available for 1 penny. 1 penny for the first year.
Are you calling me cheap?
Just letting you know it's available. Throwing it out there. Okay. Now that the last 30 minutes has been absolute garbage. Yeah. We are still rolling tape for the podcast, too. Is there actually anything else? You, Bull says,
I think on the podcast?
I think he called you cheap and available. I think is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
JB says, yeah, that was a joke, DJ. Might have been funny, but it's a joke you're still paying for. I know. I just never turned it off. Jonathan Ingram says, I can't believe you spent 1.5 packs on that email. See, that's how we gauge our currency. That's how we gauge our currency. It's not $100. It's 1 pack. All right. Ape says this is gold content. You think I should paywall it? I'll paywall the content. What do you got, Matters?
I just I just want to mention your Kirshara artifact. It got a change, which I think was good. it was an issue that I had specifically put in like the survey that they sent out to people that so now it doesn't like close down the UI every time a battle completes, which I think is great.
That happened to you?
I don't know if you've noticed that. Yeah, literally every time the battle, it doesn't close the whole UI, but if you have a ship like an enemy selected, it unselects the enemy, it closes the little panel on the left for the ship.
Oh.
So because of that, if I was ever doing waves or something, if I was ever grinding with 2 ships and using the Kirshara, every now and again I'd accidentally hit the alliance button and it popped me into the alliance screen, and it would take a second to close it, and it would be a big old pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Now,
I guess
did it ever do that on PC?
I guess not.
Maybe.
I didn't notice
Okay,
that.
maybe it was just a.
But you know what?
phone
I
or
will
just
tell
an
you
Android
too
thing.
that the biggest use I have for it is in waves. And by the way, guys, it works phenomenally in waves today. It works phenomenally in
does?
waves.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. I use it in waves. That's really the biggest place that I do use it, and I really only play waves on PC because of how, you know, I don't want to mess with. It's harder on my phone. Everybody knows it's easier to play on PC.
Yeah.
So I only do waves on PC, but I never actually had that. But the chat is very, very happy about that. Yeah, that was so
Okay, good.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people didn't know about that. Wait, they fixed that? That's amazing.
They
Happened to me all the
fixed it.
time.
It's just with this patch.
Well,
It's
fantastic.
just been
That's
like
good.
that for a few days.
I don't know
Excellent.
if how long they fixed it, because I literally got the Kirshara today, but they also got rid of the glitch where it would kick you out if one of your middle hostiles got killed by someone else.
They got
So,
rid of that like pretty quickly
Okay.
after releasing it. That one thing
Okay.
is something they got rid of pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
it
There's
skips
still
over
other
it well.
things that can happen that can trip you up. Like if the hostile actually disappears on its own,
Despawns. Yes.
that'll still trip you up. If it's finished its little route of going from this spawn point to that spawn point to that, and it
That's
actually
still annoying.
disappears, that still
Yeah.
trips it up.
It doesn't always
Okay.
skip, Jado. You're right. Sometimes it still hangs. It still breaks sometimes. But again, if I had to describe it, I would probably describe it as 94% functional at this point.
Yeah,
honestly.
much better.
Better than
Way
me on
better
those
than when it
days.
first
Yeah.
released.
92
Yeah.
to 94% functional. But you're right, Jado and Kaviji. It does still hang occasionally. And if it happens, you kind of just have to hit the cancel button and start over. It does still hang, but it's very, very good. Swimbot says only about 50%. No, not for me. It's way better than 50% for me.
50%.
Yeah, no, it's way.
it's much better now.
Way better than that for me. For me.
Used to be 50%, but now it's better.
Dragon
They've
Keeper.
done a lot of work on it.
I can't
which
tell
is
if Dragon Keeper says I still won't get it or I still want to get it. I can't tell because he can't spell. So I'm not sure what he's actually trying to write. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And also the Prime, the loot Prime for the Revenant. I don't know if you guys talked about it on Tuesday, but so it's a multi-tier Prime. It's got like 13 levels. But one purchase gets you all the currency you need for all 13 levels. So you only have to spend $100, and then it's every level is like tier locked or ops locked or whatever.
What's the point of that?
It's just more loot for. It basically it doubles the loot for the solo armadas. It's exactly the same as the existing research. So it's that giant loot boost that you get. You get double that now, and I guess it's to help with the fact that some people were struggling to do the double pulls. So you can get that to double your output. I mean, I still think it would have been better if it was for the polygons because they don't have any kind of a loot boost and they could really use one. But at least it's not 13 actual packs you have to buy, or 12 or however many levels it is. It's or 15 levels in total is how many levels it is. But Daystros posted earlier, he got it and he was able to just max it with the one purchase. So
okay,
or max it to his tier or whatever, with some of the currency left over. So you get
Okay.
So it looked like it was going to be several $100, like lots of hundreds of dollars for a not very powerful research, but it's actually better than that.
All right.
So
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. That's kind of good too. They didn't like advertise that. I don't know why. Why would they say that?
Because
Like,
communication is
hey, it's 15 levels, but you only have to pay once. Yeah, I know. Communication's never good.
There was something that came out of the Talking Trek laboratory that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see if I can remember this. There were two things. One, which I think this event's over, but I think it's running one more time. We were able to definitively prove that underdeck slots were not counting in that damage event. However, I incorrectly hypothesized and was later proven inaccurate that only one ship counted in the Armada event. Destros was able to actually math out the points and prove that not only were the officer multipliers working, but both ships were working as well. So you could have had up to 6x multiplier by points if you ran two ships with the 3 officers on the bridge per ship. So if you want to do that, there is one more event of that's coming. Also, out of the Talking Trek laboratory, trying to think of how to. Out of the Talking Trek laboratory, we have been able to prove that a maxed Soren's trilithium is doing something funky to shield health. It's going to leave it right there. If you max the chaos tech against players in PvP, will increase your shield health by 800%. Okay, which is a good number. We're not entirely sure how that's triggering, but we have been able to run a number of tests where shield health has not yet fallen even 1%. So I'm kind of curious if that 800% shield health increase is a per round trigger, or if that shield health increase is accurate, but combat is not letting it go long enough to deplete the other 700%. Our thinking, unfortunately, it's unable to be proven by a battle log, but our thinking is that it must be a per round trigger, because when
it would
equipped,
have to be per round and net.
Well, when equipped, we have not yet had any evidence of a single battle log where your shield health has fallen. Like 0. So I do not expect that that's a bug, actually. All right, but you're also talking a paid chaos tech that is maxed. So you're talking a ton of currency, an absolute ton of currency. Okay, but that chaos tech maxed out is just stupid on shields. Just absolutely insanely stupid on ships. On shields. Jonathan Ingram says, I have it maxed. Would you like to test it on my baby ship versus my best? Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do it. We'll run that real quick, and then we'll get ready to bounce.
I was going to say, do you want me to talk about Battle Pass stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Takes like
Yeah. Listen, I tell you what, while I'm setting this up with Jonathan Ingram, Tarpey also had prepared a segment. And again, I know we're kind of all over the place. We're getting ready to wrap up. I'm sorry for bouncing. Battle Pass choice rewards this month. You guys like the choice? Choice was great, right? Choice was good. Tarpey, one of the biggest problems that we had in previous months was not the choice, but the perception of attacks, which, by the way, Tarpey, you ended up proving was not a tax, but merely a mathematical rounding error because of tokens. You were able to work directly with Scopely Live Ops. You guys found a solution, didn't you? What'd you come up with?
I mean, so what they've done is they've actually made it so that when you have the 1x pack versus the 10x pack, so the 10 versus 100, they made it so that the total amount that you get is 1x and 10x. So no matter how you split it up, you get the right amount of resources for the packs that you're pulling. So it's better. But it looks like you get less par steel in some cases. It looks like you get less titanium or sigma, whatever. But it's because they added in the right amount of tokens. And so because last time they had tokens they couldn't use smaller token denominations than what is currently in the game, they made it so that certain players it felt like shorted on resources. Now they've just lowered the amount of free resources in the larger packs and added more tokens so that it's still 10x what is in the smaller pulls. So it works out better in the player's favor for that. So there's no perceived tax anymore.
So it is
And
actually
there's more
just
tokens.
a net increase. The 1x is a direct reflection of the 10x, or the 10x direct reflection of the 100x. Everything is scaled perfectly and appropriately. And if I'm not mistaken, we also got on inflation this month as well, right?
A lot. So in past months, when there was an inflation, it was solid. But we also got a really solid inflation this time. And I will say that I did one specific ops, and I looked at one specific ops, but for a lot of detail, and I only looked at op 63 because I was op 63 at the time. But when you compare the amounts that players got last month and the amounts that players got this month, just literally looking at ops 56 or ops 60 or ops 63, whatever, it was still wildly more. So there's no ops that I looked at that will get less than approximately a 70% inflation in mats, and less than, it depends on the resource, but about a 100-ish to 200 to 300-ish, it depends on the resource, increase in resources from the last set of choice tokens. So everybody should be happy with the amount of stuff that we're getting from the choice tokens, comparing last month's to this month's.
Yay! Good job! Good job! By the way,
very nice.
By the way, I'm going to be. I'm very, very pleased that to hear that, because I know that was a direct. I had multiple conversations. That was a direct player feedback thing. I personally spoke to the individual who rebundled all that stuff. They did actively take it to heart. The tax was never intended. It was because of that mathematical rounding error, and I think now we've got proof positive of that intent, since they did in fact fix it. And I'm very, very, very grateful to Tarpy for making the presentation, because I don't know that we would have been able to solve that so concisely if we didn't have the mathematical background to do that. I have a screenshot that I will share with you guys here. You guys who were watching got to see this while Tarpy was speaking there, but I am going to throw this into the graphics room, which is a screenshot of myself and Jonathan Ingram battling. He brought Interceptor Strike Team in a Saladin against my maxed Enterprise D. Okay? And his shields never fell. His shields show 100%, which means he finished with more shield than he started with. Okay? That is kind of crazy. All right. Now, real quick, Jonathan, just for clarity's sake, on that pylum, did you have that? Because we may have just proven that it's not per round. So you did not. You just killed it for the sake of killing it. You killed me, bro. But move the chaos tech to that pylum and let's repeat that test. All right.
Put it on the NX01 with full synergy 1 of 11.
What's the point of that?
The NX01 has the least amount of shields out of any ship compared to its hull. And NX01 will increase your shield mitigation, so you should technically kill more of his shields faster.
Fair.
You'll deal more damage to the shields before killing his ship.
Now, King of Rome, you're right. It was an easy win. That's not what we're demonstrating. What we're demonstrating is, despite the fact that it was an easy win, look at the blue line on his shields. It never fell, and they should have. Okay? And inside the battle log, we can see where it procced. It was a pre-battle proc right here, Soren's Trilithium against players, increasing shield health by 800%. It does look to be pre-battle. It does not look to be at round start, okay? But what that must mean is that the math is off by a factor. All right? It can't be, like you say, it can't be 800%. It could barely even be 800% net. I mean, it's something big. It might be, I mean, it's something big. They've done something. It might be 800x. Instead of 800%, it might be 800x. They've done something. Yeah, like 80,000%, Jado. That could be what they did. It's significant here. Jonathan Ingram just killed my maxed Enterprise D with his NX01. Now, your shields fell. Did you move it over? Did you move it over? Did you move Soren's Trilithium to the NX01? You did? Well, his shield still fell. Yeah, his shield still fell. So, I don't know. They've done, let's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what they've done here.
Well, no, so that means it's not a net boost based on your total shields, like the Cerritos boost.
Yeah.
It could still be like 8,000% of your base because the NX01 has 0 base shields. The only shields it has is from that little research, that little like level 5 research in the combat tree. It's like the 3rd research in.
It ran out of shields on my first shot. So I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
It did.
So it's some kind of a massive multiplier of the base shields, not of the net shields. So
Jonathan Ingram, put it back. Put it back on that. Put it on your pylum. And I'm going to bring this back. So the reason I suggest the pylum is because a moment ago he killed me without the pylum. Okay. He killed me. He probably had less than 5% hull health remaining, no shields. He took out my max D with his max pylum. All right. This is going to be one screenshot here. Jonathan Ingram, move Soren's Trilithium to the pylum, and let's run that exact same test again. I bet he keeps full shields, and by that, with that assumption, if he keeps full shields, he's going to survive with a great deal more hull than he did the first time around. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He smoked me. So look what Soren's Trilithium is doing. He finished. All right. Here's a good one. What is the base value? Hey, Jonathan Ingram, pull that pylum back out into space for me if you don't care. I want to grab one more stat off of it. I'm just going to scan you. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of screenshots in the graphics room here. He is showing 241 million shield at full health. 241 million shield. Okay? Check out this battle log where his shield that he finished the battle with was over 1 billion. So yeah, this is
broken.
No, I don't think.
Oh.
Well, I don't know.
You don't think that's broken?
I mean, it's OP. And by the way, look, if you watch the animation, I don't know if I'm going to be able to grab a screenshot of it fast enough. If you watch the animation, he had up to 2 billion. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Were you guys able to see that? I think my screenshot is not working fast enough. You guys might be able to get it faster. Yeah, my screenshot is just not working fast enough. But it was 2 billion before it lost some. All right.
How many were left on in the battle log with the salad? What number did it say? 1 billion as well?
He lost that battle, so it just gives me skull and crossbones. I can't actually see it.
All right. Yeah,
all right. If I look very closely, I'm thinking it's 204 million. Yeah, 204 million is what it looks like it started at on the Sally. Okay. But, I mean, a Sally doesn't have 204 million shield.
No.
All right. So, yeah, this Pylum had 2.1 billion. So if you look, even though the Pylum in space only has, and here, I'm going to throw these couple of screenshots here very quickly. I've got this one that, oops, wrong one. Sorry. Nope. I just did the wrong one. Hang on. So I'm going to send this screenshot into the graphics room, which is showing he has 1 billion shield. And I'm going to show his scan. All right. Will you bring that? Yeah, here you go. Thank you. His scan is showing 241 million pre-battle. So here's the deal. Broken? I don't think so. OP? Big time. Okay, big time. All right, I like that test.
It's like an 800% net boost.
Yeah.
But
well, I think it's more than 800%. That's more than 8x. That's
no,
more than 8x.
Not by much. No.
All right,
2
Jonathan.
billion, I just did the math.
I'm going to attack you. Do not redock after I attack you. Okay? Do not redock after I attack you. Let's see if your shields stay. I'm, by the way, going to hypothesize that it won't. I'm going to hypothesize that just like any other normal combat, the shields will revert back to what it was post-combat. All right? So if I scan him now after he just attacked me, yeah, he's back to 241 million, which is an expected behavior. Okay? That is expected behavior. You don't get to keep the battle buffs after battle. That's always been the case.
Moreau does that, and Spock does too.
Only if it's a post-battle restore.
But it still doesn't show up when you scan. So now hit him again and see if it says 4 billion at the start of the battle instead of 2.
All right, fair. We'll do that.
That's where it'll show up. It'll show up in the log, but it won't show up in the scan.
Okay.
Even if he does keep those extra shields.
All right, Jonathan coming in for one more shot. Kinslayer and Robotsky both say 241 million times 8 is 1.9 billion. And he obviously probably has a few other researches that might have activated in battle to get him that 2.1 billion. So it is 800%, but it's net, folks. So that's why I don't think it's a bug. I just think it's OP as crap. No, it's still 2 billion. Matters. Still went to 2 billion.
Still 2?
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't carry
So it
over
did
like
remove itself at the end of battle. The next battle it still went back to the 2 and then dropped down.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it does not stack. But that's still stupid. I mean, that is just stupid.
Yeah, that's insane. That's 8x net shields is like ridiculously OP. That like
But do you think that's just a decimal?
I assume it is either not supposed to be net, or at some point while they were doing the levels on the chaos tech, they added a decimal point and kept going up from there. Because it starts at 3. Like it starts at such a ridiculously small number at level 1.
Well,
to go all the way up to 800.
Is it ridiculously small if it's net? I mean, is it ridiculously small
Well,
if
no,
it's
it's
net?
not actually. It's not. But if it's like 3 isn't ridiculously small if it's net. It's actually it's not massive, but it's not a tiny number. But 800 is a ridiculously large number if it's net.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
Well, it gets
it
to
maybe should have gone from 3 to 25 or
listen
50 if it was
tier
supposed to be net.
at tier 2, level 10, it goes to 70, and if that's net, I mean it's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Tier 3,
Somebody-
level
That's a big one right there. That's impressively large.
Tier 4, level 20 goes to 150%. Tier 6, level 30, 240%. Tier 8, so basically every 2 tiers, it's going to take a big jump. 350%.
Yeah.
460% at tier 10. And then 800% at tier 12. I mean, it's just huge. It's just huge. Massive.
And like no other chaos tech jumps up by that much from the minimum level to the maximum level.
Jonathan Ingram says, if Scopely nerfs this for me, I'm going to KOS you. I'm already KOS for you, bruh. But again, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
And we know how Scopely feels about nerfing things. So, yeah, Andy says, you're never killing that ship. I mean, I know. Jonathan Ingram says, I never hit your miners, only your warships. Here's the deal. We all know how Scopely is about paid content. We know. So, I can submit a bug report if you want. But that way, if it wasn't intended, they would fix it faster than they would before. But I would say it's probably here to stay. So if you want to go buy it, go buy it. I mean, but that's stupid. That is stupid.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ingram says, Killer says, Jonathan, put it on an Enterprise and have me hit you. What, an Enterprise D? Oh, a G3 Enterprise? First of all, he probably doesn't have a G3 Enterprise.
Probably build one.
Yeah.
How
He's
long
probably
would
got
it
the BPs for one.
How long would it take you to max out a G3 Enterprise with morale? He says, hold, please.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Yeah, he'll just scrap it when he's done. Dude, he's scrapping G4 Enterprises. He's probably scrapping Enterprise Ds at this point. Can the G5 ships be scrapped?
No,
They can't.
not
No,
yet.
they still can't.
Yeah, so the G.
They said that's coming this year.
He's scrapping G4 Enterprises. Whew. Kinslayer says so. It's eventually OG shield total times the sum of shield buffs, then multiplied by Soren's buff. Yeah, it's a net. It's a net.
Yeah.
Obvious Killer J says, I wonder if his G3 Enterprise with morale can kill my Enterprise D. I bet it does.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee it. Be sure to apply.
Well, he doesn't even need morale because he's got so much shields. It's probably not going to disappear. Well, G3 Enterprise, yeah, it might.
Yeah,
It probably
so
would.
put morale
Yeah, he
on
needs
it.
the morale.
Put original Kirk on the bridge. And if you have enough currency, which I'm hoping you do, then put Soren's Trilithium on it. Let's see what happens. Wow, what a test. Did they make a new Freeman? Maybe. Andy says, would Slipstream counter that? Let's read Slipstream and find out.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because that's shield bypass. So Slipstream would slip right through it in 3 rounds.
Where is Slipstream? Oh, it's an art. Is it an artifact?
It's a
forbidden tech.
forbidden tech.
Oh, it's a forbidden tech. Okay, hang on. So Slipstream, which I don't have. Here it is. Yeah, decreases
mitigation.
opponent's shield mitigation. So yeah, that's shield bypass. Basically, more is going to go straight to hull, less is going to go to shield, and it looks like at max that would be 25%.
22. You can't max them still.
Okay,
sadly.
20. Yeah, so 22% cumulative every round. So
Yeah.
in 4 rounds, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, that is subtractive, not multiplicative. So in 4 rounds, he would be 100% hull. He'd probably kill me before
Yeah,
4 rounds, but still,
So
in 4
Swift
rounds.
Stream will definitely counter the Soren's Trilithium.
If you, yeah, so it's a paid weapon with a paid counter.
Yeah.
Checksum 0. I still hate that. Let me say a couple of thank yous. White Wolf, thank you for your tier 1 sub. Alpha Zypher, your tier 1 sub. Mosher with the prime sub. Thad with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, Papa Smurf and Alpha Zypher for the bits. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, guys. I know, color me shocked, Kaviji. I know. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate the support on the channel. You guys are great. I have not upgraded or updated my PP points. Candy, what does it say as far as PP points down below? We have not. I don't think we've hit PP yet. Let me look and see. No.
You what now?
We are, looks like my counter's showing 229. You're showing 240. I don't know why my counter's off. I don't get that. So we're at 240. We've got 7 days left. We've got to get 60 more PP points. All right. So we picked up 13 since the last stream, but we are going to need to do just a little bit more. We are pushing it down to the wire. A PP point is a tier 1 out-of-pocket sub. 1 point for a tier 1 sub. 2 points for a tier 2 sub. And 6 points for a tier 3 sub. We are 60 points away. That is really only 10 tier 3 subs. If we had 10 people that wanted to upgrade their sub right now, if you took your tier 1 and upgraded it to tier 3, 10 of you did it, we'd be done for the month. We would be done for the month. But we are 60 tier 1 subs away, or only 10 tier 3 subs away from hitting our goal for this month. And then we just have to, it looks like, hit 23 more subs, gifted and prime, to hit all of our goals. So that would be great. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Appreciate who did that? RSD. Thank you for. Well, see, now that's a gift. I don't know. I don't think that would count. Does that count as a PP point? I don't think it does.
No.
Gifts do not count. It's got to be a tier 1 out-of-pocket, self-subscribed. But RSDJ, that does count us towards the subs, so that gets us 278. So now we only need 22 more of those. So 22 more gifted and primes. No, it still helps towards the goal, DJ, because we still are short 22 gifted and primes. So that's the category you just went into, is gifted. So thank you for that. Appreciate you.
It's still an entry into the contest.
And that's right. It's still an entry into the $500 giveaway. But yeah, we've got to pick up 60 more PP points. All right. In the meantime, we're waiting on Jonathan Ingram to max his OG Enterprise, and then we're going to get ready to end the stream. We are at 3 hours. Somehow we had nothing to talk about and still made a show. That's what we do.
We always seem to.
Always seem to do that.
Yeah.
And Matters and I didn't even have to argue much.
No.
Wow, it's shocking.
Yeah.
I was ready to.
Right?
I mean, Seinfeld made us 7 seasons out of nothing, right? So
True. Did I book the next cruise giveaway for next year? No, I have not. I am going to book on the ship, I think, is how I need to do it. Actually, I was looking at that. Are they actually telling me that my suite may not be available if I don't book now?
yeah.
I thought I got dibs on my suite if I booked during the cruise.
The way I read their email, it indicated if you booked before you got on the cruise, you had a good chance of keeping your suite. But if you get on the cruise, that guarantee goes out the window.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's the way I read it. I could be wrong.
850 million shields on the Enterprise, and it never did fall. 850. Now, I did win.
That never would.
I did win the battle, but 850 million on a G3 Enterprise.
Yeah, but that's counting every single time that it increased, right? Because it's every time it gets hit, it goes up by 25%.
Yeah.
If it's max, so it's taking that giant number, and every what, like 2 to 3 times around, it's adding another 25% net on
Yeah.
top of it.
Seth
So,
says,
yeah,
I'm super
massive.
happy with what I booked for next year. So what did you book for next year? So when do I lose access to my own cabin?
I think if you get on the cruise, they gave you should have emailed you an email with a token.
Yeah, but that token is good for at least a week or two, right?
I don't know how long
Like
it's good for.
Seth can't go steal my cabin right now, can he?
I don't believe so.
All right, hang on.
But-
I'm gonna look at
He
this.
already did.
There's no way he can steal my cruise yet. Okay, here we go. Today is the day to sign up for Star Trek The Cruise 9. Rebooking has already started. I have first rights to lock in my spot for the 26th voyage. If I book the 2026 cruise while on board, I lock in the rates.
The rate, but not necessarily
But not
the
my
right.
room, yeah. As a current suite holder, I have first rights to reserve my same suite. Your priority access to rebook your suite is available until February 3rd. So I've got a week and a half if I want my suite back. So you can't steal my suite, Seth. He says I put in a request for his exact cabin. I knew when you said that, I knew that was something you were going to do. It looks like I get to keep my same cabin until February the 3rd. After that, any unreserved suites would be available to other guests to reserve. Wow. So if I don't book by February 3rd, I could lose my suite.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteed. I'll still be guaranteed a spot on the boat, but I might not get my same room. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have to book by February 3rd then. That's terrible. I don't have the money to do it right now. I don't.
They also have a thing where you have to put in a code to get the discount. So that's important if you're doing it.
I've got my code in here. I'm pretty sure I saw it in here somewhere.
Yeah, but you have to go in manually to do that. Otherwise,
here's my code.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got
So-
my code right here. I see it. I need to figure out how I'm going to rebook for next year. See, the difference is they do it based on passenger. They do it based on name. So when I transferred the name for the winner over to Samo, if I book, I don't think I'm going to get a returning guest client if a different person wins it. But I will say now that ECP knows who we are and is taking us much more seriously this year, I think that there's probably a good chance I can get a deal if I buy another cabin. I think they're going to work with me because they're taking us much more serious this year. We sold a lot of cabins apparently. I'm happy about how many of you guys are going to be in Miami. We haven't sold as many Talking Trek Cruise T-shirts. I mean, there is more of you going on the cruise than have ordered the T-shirts. So I'm just saying, time's running out on that. You need to get on the merch site and order your Talking Trek Cruise shirt. All right. Seth says, I already talked to him. We can book multiple cabins with the returning rate. Okay, good. You booked an extra for a couple in the community. That's awesome. Okay, so and they told me something similar. They just said that there might be an issue with the name, but if you've already talked to them as well, because I definitely said that. I told them that I was going to buy another one for next year for giveaway. So, there's that. So that's good. And you know what? Here's the thing, Seth. It's cool that you're asking questions like that. ECP has been remarkably communicative with us this year. I guess it just took us being there last year and seeing what we could do, and then the interview, and then, how many rooms we booked and how many people are showing up in Miami and all this stuff. Like, they're paying attention this year, which is great. This is very, very, very cool. So, yeah, and their support crew for the bookings is amazing. Listen, I don't know if I should say this or not. He might not appreciate it, but if you call them, ask for Jerry. Jerry is the bomb. Seth, have you ever talked to Jerry? Jerry is the man, isn't he? Jerry is the bomb. I love Jerry. Oh, you've got Alan. See, I got Jerry. Jerry's my guy. Jerry's my guy. So you've got Alan. He says they're both awesome. I know. Jerry's my guy. I call whenever I need anything. I've emailed Jerry. He's like, I got you, man. I got you. He's actually the one who told me, hey, no problem at all. You let me know when you're ready to book next year's, for you and and your promotional cabin. He's like, we're going to get you taken care of. So I haven't spoken to Tom. But I have spoken to Jerry. I spoke to Alan once, but Jerry's every time I talk to him, every time I call, I get Jerry. So
every Tom, Dick, and Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry needs a partner named Tom. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never talked to Tom. Oh, is there not a Tom? You're being silly. I got you. Tom and Jerry. I get it. Okay. Silliness. But yeah, anyway. Okay. We are at time. Anything else that I can answer? Anything else that we can talk about for the podcast audience and for those of you listening live? Even kind of apologize. I guess I shouldn't. I probably should not apologize. It's been a slightly weird stream. We've definitely done some Star Trek, but we've been a little bit off topic, a little bit rando. But I hope you guys had a good time. I hope it was a decent show. Matter says don't apologize. Yeah, and I probably shouldn't apologize because it was probably entertaining, but it definitely was. I lacked focus tonight. I lacked a little bit of focus tonight, so there's that. But there was still a lot of people watching. We've got still over 50 over on YouTube. We had almost 250 on Twitch at one point, so I really appreciate you guys. Destro says, what about Arena Comp? Still coming. They communicated to me today that they were still working on it. I'm not entirely sure what the delay is. Well, actually, I take that back. I do. I do know what the delay is.
Do you know if they're going to add like arena rank calculations into that at all?
No.
Rather than just adding currency?
No. At least that's not my understanding. My understanding is that they are doing the arena currency just like they have been, but they are changing those quantities. The bundle, the comp. So is it going to be an improvement? Yes. That's why it's delayed, because they were rewriting it. All right. So it's not the same comp. It's supposed to be more. And that's the delay on it. So it's still coming. They communicated with me earlier today on that they were just running behind, but they're writing all the new bundles. Okay. So there you go. Voltron says, watch, it'll be a copy paste. I don't think so. Otherwise, they would have already done it. So. And Venadia says, I don't see Dragon Keeper, so I'm just going to rib you, DJ. This show was trash. Yeah, I know. Always is. Anyway. All right, Wolfwood. Are you watching TV? Are you watching CSI? That's what it sounds like. I'm not sure if he was actually talking to us or not. If he was, I just booted him. Oopsies. So, anyway. If there's no
word on invasions,
Spectre, you're so dramatic. If there's no rank change, it's going to be biblical. Oh, whatever. You're so dramatic. God, you know what, Tarpy? He's going to win. Yeah, no, it's officially worse. It's Spectish now. Quit being so Spectish. Okay. I'm telling you, man, you're so dramatic. We can still have Tarpish, but Spectish is like Tarpish times 10. Okay? Daystro says.
Well, at least I'm doing my job properly.
No way! No, Daystro says that's a bingo. BS. Show me the card. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You just scored a bingo on me. You're full of it. You are full of it.
Probably for using the word Tarpish, I bet.
Oh, you are not. Yeah. You are not. That is not real.
Yeah, post it in the chat.
Oh, seriously?
That's hilarious. What about invasions? I don't have an answer on that. I did ask them why they weren't running it twice a month, and you guys wouldn't like the answer, so I'm just going to keep it to myself for now. But I'm still working on it.
Oh, now I really want to know.
No, you
You
guys
want
don't
to.
want that answer. I'm not gonna.
I do now.
I'm gonna wait until I can try to change their mind before I deliver that answer. I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna go over well. So
Uh-oh.
They
No,
haven't hit
okay,
the
now I'm
quota for
retrieving says, but it's
protector.
0 a month. Well, yeah. Well, anyway, listen, I'm not teasing. That's not a tease. You know what? Fine. Maybe it's a tease. Tune in next time.
hey.
Tune in next time. How about that? Is that a good voiceover read? Next time on Talking Trek. All right.
Sinister.
I got a copy of the bingo card. This is apparently the Tarpish edition.
Oh god.
There you go. There are your 9 squares. It's in the graphics room for those of you in podcast form. Those squares read. Wait, what are you doing, DJs? I'll make a chart for that. I spent X amount of hours on this spreadsheet. Let's look at the spreadsheet. Tell Matters to stop talking, which, by the way, that happened tonight. That did happen tonight. So you're saying we need more data. Axe Tarpish, call someone out for being Tarpish, or DJ's doubts Tarpy. What did I doubt Tarpy on? I don't remember doubting Tarpy.
No. Wait, is that the one that we did today?
He says we did bottom row. I don't remember doubting Tarpy. He says
Wait, when was I Tarpish?
No, you weren't Tarpish.
Or is it anybody?
DJ acted Tarpish.
I acted Tarpish? Me?
Are you saying that at no point in tonight's stream you're being overly dramatic?
I was not overly dramatic.
At any
Not
point?
even just now?
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Daystros. I
You say
appreciate
so.
it. By the way, Tarpy and Daystros are both working on some amazing activities for us in Miami. We have some big announcements that are literally coming this week. You guys stay close to the Discord. Turn your notifications on.
You realize there's only 2 days left this week, right?
Okay, sorry. This coming
Friday
week.
and Saturday?
This coming week is what I meant.
Oh.
This coming week. Okay.
You said this week.
You're right. I did, but I meant it's the
Yeah.
last week of the month. The last week of the month, I have a press release planned.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's big time, guys. Big time.
From the Office of DJs.
From the Office of President DJs. Just saying. Could be big.
Sexycat.ca.
.com. It's
Terrifying.
.com. Nobody needs a Canadian domain. They're not worth anything.
Rude.
I know. I'm joking. Okay, listen, we've got to go. It's now been 3 hours and 20 minutes, and the podcast audience dropped a half hour ago because we said we were wrapping up. Who's online that we can raid tonight? And I'm going to play out. Oh, my gosh. I have to shout out Nigel, who made the song that I'm going to play out for you guys tonight as we leave. But you remember how Griffin complained that he didn't get a song, that he wasn't mentioned in the last song?
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah. Well, Nigel made him one. I'm not playing it tonight because he's not here to listen to it. But that coming up next time on Talking Trek. Griffin gets his own theme song, and it's a doozy. Abe says another tease. Yeah. See, I feel like I bottomed out on that. It's a doozy. That's better. I cracked on the first one. All right. Still working on it. You guys clip my commercials for me. Send them to Griffin. As we get ready to bounce out of here tonight, we'll find us a raid target, and we'll get ready to bounce. Let's see. Where did I put my song? Oh, here it is. You know what? I hate how it does that. You hear that little clipping sound in there? I know what that is. That is my voice meter potato. Voice meter potato, I have to reboot during the stream anymore. I don't even know why I have to do that. I have to reboot it at least once during the stream for it not to clip. Look, I'm going to press that button. It's going to be fine now. See? Is that not ridiculous? All I do is reboot the audio engine and it's fine. That's ridiculous. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, okay, we're going to get ready to go. Bam! Thank you guys so very much for tuning into the show. My name is UltimatDJz. This has been an episode of Talking Trek. We are Star Trek Fleet Command's official podcast. And I'm going to invite you guys to visit our website at TalkingTrekSTFC.com, where you can find links to our merch store. You guys stay tuned. Candy White releasing more and more and more buttons as the night goes on and the coming days. Also, don't forget to get your Miami t-shirts and your Talking Trek Cruise t-shirts. Those need to be ordered in the next, 2 weeks if you're going to get them in time. So be sure to do that at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. In the meantime, we will catch you later on this weekend. Sunday, we'll be back with a pod. Saturday night live in Studio B. And whatever other shenanigans we get into between now and then. Thank you, guys. Thanks to my entire panel tonight. Matters, Tarpey, Spectre, Wolfwood, Karkin, and Putz hanging out on the stage. Actually, I don't think Putz has been here all night. He's just
He was here
earlier? Okay.
Yeah, he was here.
That's good. Thank you guys very much for being here. And all of you in the audience, thank you guys so very much. We are going to raid on out. Let's see. I see Scribbler is online. Oh, boy. See, now, why can't I raid? It's not raiding. Daystro says, which shirt are we grabbing for the Miami meetup? Well, I meant the Talking Trek Cruise one. Wait, Candy, did we make a Miami meetup shirt? I think we had talked about it, but I don't remember if we actually did or not.
Isn't that the Tarpey shirt?
It's the Tarpey shirt.
Oh. Doesn't have to be. Well, so you better be there, Wolfie.
Dude.
Nope, sorry. I'm broke.
For all the crap you're giving me, you better be there.
My panel, my raid panel.
Remember, I was jobless for 6 months. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just got a new job, so no, I can't take any time off yet.
All right, somebody spell out Scribbler's channel name. Everything is breaking. My panel is not working. I've got to type it in. I got to do it manually. Scribbler_SB. There we go. I did it manually. See, there's more than one way
rating.
to...
I thought you hated rating, DJ.
I do hate rating. No fun. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all. My name's UltimatDJz. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person, Sam. Yeah, for now. Love you, minute. Catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody.